Numbers bleeding red, ticker tape is slitting wrists. Panic in the air like a margin call apocalypse. Leverage to the teeth, thought we print till kingdom come. Now the floor is giving out. Run, motherfucker, run! They built a house of cards and called it gold, but the hands that hold the strings just let it go. A million bag holders screaming, place us down. But the floor is lava now, we're headed straight down. We're going down. No grace, no savior. Fed can't fix this class to wager. Grab a shovel, dig your grave, 'cause the tendies turned to dust today. We're going down. Maxed out margin, lit the wick. Now I got my broker on my dick. Said hedge your bets, but I said nah. Now I'm knee deep in fucking margin calls. Took my rent, took my ride, took my future, took my pride. Now I'm staring at the screen like a junkie chasing dopamine. They built a house of cards and called it gold, but the hands that hold the strings just let it go. A million bag holders screaming, place us bound. But the floor is lava now, we're headed straight down. We're going down. No grace, no savior. Fed can't fix this class to wager. Grab a shovel, dig your grave, 'cause the tendies turned to dust today. We're going down. We're going down. We're going down. Whoa, down, down, down. We're going down. We're going down. Yo, down, down, down.
Oh, brother, oh, brother, oh, brother. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back to another episode of the Matt Kohrs Show, where today we have a beautiful Friday, but it ain't no normal Friday. Yes, it is, in fact, a Payday Friday. So we're giving away some prop accounts. We're giving away some cold, hard cash to the fastest marble racer in all the land, but that's going to be going down around 10:30-ish. So in real time, we'll pick someone from Rumble. We'll pick someone from YouTube. You could sign up for locals right now. We're going to pick 3 people from locals. There's going to be 5 competitors in total, and you guys know how it goes down. I know a lot of you are just returning viewers, so I don't really need to give you the spiel of what to do and what not to do. You guys know how to do it. So pinned to the top of chat in the description of the video, you can find the link specifically for the giveaway, and we're going to be rocking with that. And obviously, quick shout out to Vanquish. Thank you to them. They are the sponsor of today's giveaway. If you use that code Goonie, you'll get 35% off. I want to say, what is the current deal? We should probably check that out. We should check out what the deal is. Yeah, 35% off. Use that code Goonie. Goonie will get you that 35% off. Right now in pre-market, things are looking pretty good. I have to be honest, I was a little bit worried about this call out that I had yesterday. Yesterday, I was thinking, man, even though we're making fresh lows, volatility is not making fresh highs. Kind of weird to see that disconnect. In this recent overall market sell-off, yes, we made a fresh low yesterday. It seemingly happened around, I don't know, just before 2 p.m. But if you look at it, we didn't have vol buyers. That's a huge disconnect. And I thought, oh, that's a bit weird. And then I also noticed that we had some positive gamma coming in underneath and we had negative gamma above. And I know that the entire option chain is currently dominated by puts. So I was like, dude, we're kind of getting the interesting ingredients for, you guys know what I'm going to say, a negative gamma Vanna fueled rally. I wish there was a less nerdy way to say that, but nerdy or not, it's a way you make money. Obviously, this was all called out in real time in the Discord, discussed right here. I've been swinging calls. Obviously, this is their closing value as of yesterday. How much did I put on the line? I put 25 grand on the line. Should be up around 6 or 7 this morning. Actually, can you guys see this? Let me switch over to this screen so you can see everything that I can see. I also took it here, currently up 6.7. So I put $50,000 on this play, 25,000 in this account, 25,000 in this account. This one's in that 63. This one's in at 63. They're currently trading at 80. So waking up to about just under a $15,000 gain this morning, maybe a $14,000 gain. Obviously, this is probably the major reason of why you guys should be getting into the Discord, because it was called out in real time right here. What time was this? 2:21, looking for an overnight gap up, posted that at 2:22. And then also I have the running log of all the swingers, attempting to be as transparent as I can for everyone in the Discord and also for you guys watching. But just to kind of show you that I put my money where my mouth is, this stuff is all called out when I get into the trade. Right here is basically break even, looking for an overnight gap up, posted at 2:21 yesterday. And you can see that I actually put on way more money than I thought. Hey, I'm fortunate it worked out for me. But yeah, it was about 25,000 here, 25,000 on the other account. So 50,000, and it happened right in this pump. Obviously, the close had me sweating a little bit, but I was just feeling really good. But seeing the option structure and seeing what was going on with volatility, so I'm waking up pretty stoked, and obviously that's exciting for all of us, because yes, it does in fact mean that I have the money to pay you guys for Payday Friday. The better I do, the more sure you guys could be that I'm actually going to be able to pay whoever the fastest marble racer is off. So looking pretty good in pre-market. Obviously, we have some things to go over. What I'm going to do here is kind of give you just a quick rundown of what's happening globally. Here in the US, we have some equity news, we have some tariff news, but more so I want to spend the time this morning breaking down the market. Before I get to that though, obviously, if you guys saw it, and I really don't want to spend the most time on like drama or anything like that, it's a waste of all our times. But if there's any questions, comments, concerns about what happened yesterday, for those of you who are like, what are you even talking about? Good. That's where you want to be. Don't waste your time. It's stupid internet drama. But for those of you who I guess I wanted to give you this one opportunity. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, the very quick TLDR is Trey, who is a main person in the AMC world. He's attempting to make a comeback on YouTube under his mentor, Colin. These guys are scam artists. I posted the proof of it, being paid to promote a stock, and if it's not disclosed, that is illegal. That's a crime. If you are paid to promote a stock and you don't disclose it, that is a crime. For whatever reason, people are saying you should give someone a second chance and we should trust him now, even though he still doesn't know how to trade because he blew all of his money from trading. So I don't know what's going on. I know many people fall upon hard times, and I don't want anyone to fall upon hard times, but it's crazy to get yourself out of debt by coming back to the same community that you scammed in the first place, and then this time you're just promising them you're not going to scam them again. It blows my mind. It very much frustrates me because, once again, you have a very uninformed, novice trading and investing base who's going to fall for this again, and they're going to lose more money. So I find it very, very frustrating because people who don't know any better are going to get caught up in this, and most likely they're going to end up in a worse financial situation. So it's disheartening that, once again, people, for whatever reason, are allowing grifters, scammers back into the retail space when they've been proven to be grifters and scammers. And it's just where we are. So be careful. He addressed it last night. There's a response video. I know. He said, yes, I am a criminal. Yes, I broke the law. I mean, he admitted to it. That's like, just because you address, like, we knew it. Of course he had to admit it because I had the receipts. The world has the receipts. He admitted it himself. It's not like, oh, he addressed it. We know he is a criminal. It's that basic. And yet people are like, oh, okay, yeah, like maybe he'll tell us the truth this time around. Maybe he will. I hope he turns his life around. Sounds like he fell on very, very difficult times. But the internet's going to be the internet, and they're going to fall for what they're going to fall for. And it still frustrates me, obviously, but it frustrated me much, much more back when I first started with AMC, because I saw so many people not really knowing what they were doing and then making bad decisions. And you're like, hey, man, like you might want to look at it like this. You're making a bad decision. And then they just didn't care. And they're like, nope, I'm making the right decision. And as much as you want to help people, you're going to realize that some people are actually like, you cannot help them. They're so steadfast in their beliefs that have no foundation. They have no tie to reality. And as much as it's heartbreaking on this side of the camera, you eventually learn you cannot help everyone. And some people, you just have to sit there and say, okay, it's going to end in a fiery crash, and hopefully they don't get that maimed. Hopefully they can like leave the situation somewhat unscathed, but it's not going to happen. Obviously, when you have people who just have no proven track record, don't know what they're talking about, are proven liars and scammers, it's where we are. So I hope people can learn that this time around. But once again, I'm not their mom. I'm not in control of what they do or don't do with their money. So it is what it is. So I guess I hope there's really no questions. There's like, it's stupid. It is, it's a waste of everyone's time. It's much more useful for everyone involved to be talking about things such as, oh, where are the gamma levels? What does that mean? What's this Vanna rally thing? What's the biggest open interest? How is JP Morgan going to react with their collar position? Those are the things that are, yeah, of course, like a little bit more nerdy and maybe not as exciting as the personal drama. But those are the things that are going to actually improve your life, because if you understand those things, that's how you can actually play the market and most likely increase the chances of yourself making money. So whatever it is from an evolutionary standpoint, I get that humans are like so incredibly obsessed with drama, but time and time again, the one thing I learn whenever I get pulled into these situations is it's always a waste of time, because the biggest dipshits, the biggest retards are the most confident. They sit there all day on the internet and they have their opinions, while people who are just better off, they're actually like getting their head straight. They're like, nope, I know what I need to learn. I know what I need to do. They don't have the time to get involved in this. So whenever you're trying to it's such a backwards thing, and it's just like this aspect of crowd psychology that inherently it always blows my mind. The people with the most interest that get involved in this, they're the people who it just doesn't matter. They're fucking dumb. Like they're just absolutely dumb, and they're just not focusing on the right things to be successful in trading. Obviously, if they want to be successful in fighting on the internet, I mean, I guess good for them. They're getting in their reps. I guess I don't know. But other than that, it is far more useful to spend your time appropriately and actually learn really about market dynamics rather than just stupid fucking drama. So I hope that's it. I really don't give a shit about talking about it anymore, because it truly is a waste of time when right now the market is so incredibly ripe of crazy good opportunities to make a shitload of money. The focus should be on that. I mean, right now, past week 73,000, past month 155, past 3 months 173. This market is screaming absurd opportunity, and when there's that type of opportunity, like your focus should be nothing else. Your focus should be literally nothing else. It's just you're wasting time. If you don't want to be paying attention to the market, go to the gym, go do something, hang out with your families, go touch some grass. But you're never, ever going to be net ahead getting pulled into any drama. Never, ever going to be net ahead. So I guess that's just a way of just saying this is stupid and let's move on and let's see if we can make even more money, which is really what I think most of you actually give a shit about. So on that note, stock futures bounce after the S&P 500 closes in correction territory. So correction territory is actually a well-defined definition. So within the market, if you look at the all-time high to whatever your pullback is, if it's in excess of 10%, that is then by definition going to be the correction territory. So even though everyone is like, oh, we're crashing, that actually also has an exact definition. And in this case, even though it feels like we're crashing, we technically haven't crashed yet. We're technically not in a bear market yet when talking about the S&P 500. But as of yesterday's close, we are in a correction territory. As the market opened today, we're no longer in that correction territory. Once again, the number on that is a 10% pullback from the all-time high, which the SPY hit, the Qs hit, and actually, if you look at the small cap sector, it's even worse. A lot of this is being driven by just uncertainty in the world. Part of it is here, Trump's Ukraine peace strategy put to the test after Putin balks at the ceasefire. If Moscow walks away, U.S. leader will have to decide whether to impose new sanctions. So right now, it is actually trending in the right way. This idea of the ceasefire and the tensions simmering down between Ukraine and Russia. So there was some news throughout the day yesterday of like Putin talking. He's saying like, I'll agree to the ceasefire in concept, but there's like the details are something we have to talk about. And it seems like the one sticking point, the major sticking point, there's definitely far more than one, has to relate to the Kursk region, Kursk or something like that. Kursk, I think I'm saying it right. Whatever, it's some Russian-Ukrainian word. Important region, lot of space, big border, and Putin's kind of saying like, is that ours? Ukraine is saying, is that ours? Who's going to patrol it? So that is like right now a little bit of the problem, but it does at least seem relative to where we were months ago, it does seem like we are trending in the right direction. So that's a piece of good news. The other piece of good news that came out last night was this. Chuck Schumer says he won't block Republican funding bill amid Democratic divisions over shutdown strategy. To be more specific, Chuck Schumer is basically a liar. So yesterday, midday, late day, he's doing all these speeches. He's like, I will never vote for it. And I implore all the other Democrats to join me because we have to stop the president. We have to stop Elon Musk. Let's not. They basically wanted to shut down the government. Well, apparently, according to staffers and I guess members of his team, he was going around lunch and basically saying, hey, yeah, like I know I'm saying this stuff out loud, but no, like let's just pass it. Let's not have a government shutdown. So this is a classic politician move. Obviously going on news, hitting the airways, telling everyone, yes, we're going to stand steadfast and we are going to fight it all the way down. And we don't care if the government shuts down. And then his true opinion, once again, these are the rumors coming out from his lunch. He's going around people and saying, yeah, no, we don't want to shut down the government. Democrats clear way for GOP funding bill, ending the threat of the government shutdown. Party was torn between pushing back against President Trump and triggering shutdown with unknown consequences. So apparently we were never really going that way. So once again, we already have two kind of positive things. Removing some of the uncertainty of the ceasefire, okay, trending in the right direction, but still overall not the best situation. But more so important is the government not shutting down. So it looks like that will actually be able to get passed. And when you add on two positive things, look at what happens overnight on top of the fact that we just had some decent option structure, more so just that vol is calming down. The really big thing here is that vol has just been getting hit. If you look at the 30-minute on VIX, which is the volatility of the S&P 500, the fact that we keep making now lower highs and lower lows, it's offering a little bit of a reprieve. But if you saw my Twitter this morning, and I've already explained it many, many times to all of y'all, that I do believe this is going to end up being a dead cat pounce on the first bounce. I'm looking for more of a structure where we have somewhat of a bounce that gets crushed next week or the week after, and it's the next low that's going to be the actual low. So yes, right now I'm playing up a little bit of a reversion to the top side. I mean, on SPX, I would love 5640, really that's a key options level. I would love 5,700, something like that. I'm looking for a little bit of a upward movement short term that I think ends up getting faded. I think we see vol spike again. And then I think finally after March OPEX, somewhere into the end of the month is where we're going to see that real bottom. And I did explain that all in kind of further detail in the update video yesterday. So happy to seeing it playing out well. I'm not going to bend at all. Trump doubles down on tariff plans as stocks sink. I would say at this point, it's not doubling down. It's more along the lines of tripling down, it feels. It's just every single day we're getting multiple updates of tariffs are on, tariffs are off, tariffs are on, tariffs are increased, tariffs are dropped back, but we're going to end up doubling, tripling, quadrupling down at the start of April. It's all over the map. President Donald Trump doubled down on his escalating tariff plans. I'm not going to bend at all. This was commentary coming out yesterday. The comments came as major stock indices continued to tumble, with the S&P 500 falling 10% of its recent highs and entering into a correction territory. The big news as of yesterday actually related to the world of alcohol. So we had the EU imposing tariffs on American whiskey, and then he basically said, okay, cool, I'll hit you guys with a 200% tariff on your wines, champagne, and spirits. And then from there, that was just the new news of yesterday. But on top of it, we still have the new 25% tariff on steel and aluminum. That's more so impacting Canada. And remember, put it on your calendar. We're still expecting the reciprocal tariffs to really take hold on April 2nd. So that's about 2 weeks out, but definitely want to pay attention to that. From champagne to bourbon, alcohol lands on the front lines of the global trade war. Trump threatens a 200% tariff on the European alcohol. Once again, that was the big news of yesterday morning, just coming off the coattails of the whole steel and aluminum stuff. China is quote unquote laughing at the U.S. trade wars. EU top diplomat says, are they laughing? China stands to gain from the ongoing trade wars between the U.S. and its allies, the EU's foreign policy chief. They're going to spin it that way, but I think they know that they're in the crosshairs as well. Who is laughing on the side or looking at the side of China? It's really benefiting from the U.S. having a trade war with Europe. But remember, we also have a trade war with China. My apologies. I just refused to take my allergy medicine. I don't really like the framing of this. I think it's a little bit intellectually dishonest to be like, yeah, like you're just fighting with the EU and China's a giant beneficiary. No, we actually have an active trade war with them as too. I mean, Trump's plan is relatively simple. If you are charging us tariffs, we are charging you tariffs. It's not specific to the EU. So right now, there's a bit of an effort to frame it in this way of, okay, they're just coming after us and look at all the quote unquote bad guys who are now benefiting, when in reality, there's tariffs going everywhere. But with that uncertainty, it should be noted, we don't talk about gold that much in here, but it did hit a new all-time high. Gold breaks through 3,000 as Trump turbocharges record rally. Remember, gold is a flight to safety. You could check it out here with the GC contract. The all-time high right now is 3,017. When gold's ripping, generally not the best sign for everything else going on in the world. So I don't know how many gold bugs are in here, but I'm sure some of you are playing this. But yeah, gold is nonstop. Higher highs, higher lows. It's ripping. Giant flight to safety. And I think there's a fair discussion, and maybe we could have this later, that Bitcoin is being pitched as digital gold. So why is that one not ripping? And maybe we shouldn't think of it as a flight to safety. Maybe we shouldn't think of it as a inflationary hedge. Maybe it is a risk-on instrument. That's something fair for discussion. So anyway, shout out if you're a gold bug. Congrats to you. You're making a lot of money right now. You're probably feeling pretty good. Bringing it more specifically to today, remember, sign up for the newsletter, macros.locals.com. This is 100% free, always has been, always will be. I break down the previous week, what to look forward to in the upcoming week. Earnings season is pretty much over now. I give you all the major macroeconomic events of the day. Today, there's nothing major scheduled at 10 a.m., 30 minutes into the trading day. There might be a little bit of volatility because of the consumer sentiment report, once again, coming out at 10 a.m. But I would say the most important thing in here is the seasonality for each individual trading day. And over the past 27 years, this is what your hypothetical equity curve would look like if you bought at open, sold at close on the S&P 500 futures market. For the first 20 years, the first 2 decades, this was kind of a neutral day. But more recently, over the past 7 years, clearly the bulls have started to dominate, which is why the seasonal bias of today is leaning bullish. So I just wanted you to know about the seasonality. Of course, you could get this type of stuff and more in the Discord. We'll be talking about that in a second. But really what I want to do right now is give you the key levels. So based off of all these gamma levels, based off of the options flow from yesterday and everything we currently see in the options chain, I do want to let you know these are the major levels that I would be paying attention to. So the first thing I should do is actually kind of show you where are we at right now. Let's switch over to this. We are currently trading at 5569. So we are currently trading right where my cursor is. So we're kind of halfway in between two important zones. Now, you're going to notice a couple different colors on here. Obviously, we have the green, the red, and the white. The green, the red, and the white are yesterday's high, low, and close. Those are always going to be important levels to watch just because we know the stats surrounding them. They're very insightful of, do you have a bullish day, bearish day? Are you breaking out? Are you breaking down? Are you hitting the close value? So always watch those. And I do want to point out, once again, this is the second day in the row, how the high, low, and close are almost perfectly aligned with key option levels. So that makes them that much more important. For example, yesterday's high was 5598, and we have a massive options level at 5,600. We also have yesterday's close of 5521, and we have a huge options level at 5525. So there's going to be today, the second day in a row, that we have a lot of overlap. Obviously, feel free to screenshot this. If you happen to be in the Discord, I already posted this morning. But what I'm looking for is, where are we once again? Let me just load this. I want to see the current running value. Somewhere in the realm of, 5571. So picking up a little bit, but roughly where my cursor is. So what I'm seeing is that we're opening up halfway in between a range. We have support at 5,550, which has been a massive reactionary level recently. So there's going to be support there. And then that would be the first bearish target. And then the first bullish target would be up here around 5,600, maybe a slight undershoot of that. Obviously, a breakout above that. The next big options level of the 0 DTE is all the way up here at 5,640. Remember, every 10 points in SPX is roughly $1 in the SPY. So if you're trying to say, okay, like, what are the levels? Like, how do you quickly convert it? Roughly every 10 points in SPX is roughly $1 in the SPY. So if we break out from here, the next target not only 40 points higher than the SPX, would be about $4 higher in the SPY. And since we're talking about yesterday's high, 5559, well, plus $4, that just brings us to 563. So that is very much in the cards today. And honestly, it could go even higher, because above that, we'd be talking about 5,700, which for some reason I do not have marked out. But this would be clearly a reach bullish target for me today. But there is a way that could happen, and I've already made many videos about it, and we've talked about it quite a lot. But if we start to see everything we need for a Vanna rally, we could actually aggressively shoot all the way up here. And what you need for a gamma rally is ideally a lot of negative gamma. Check. That's all this red above, so that's definitive. And then the other thing you need is to see a bunch of puts being closed out and vol getting crushed. So obviously I'm tracking vol. Vol is looking a little bit weak, but you'd want to see VIX come down, down, down. And then the other thing you need is basically puts being closed out, which we would be able to see with the blue lines going up and up and up. So obviously the options market is not open right now, at least not the main options market. So that's the major thing we're going to be looking for, is we already know we're in negative gamma. We're looking for puts to close out while simultaneously the VIX is getting hit. That is the perfect recipe for us to hit the bull target 1, 2, 3, and just keep ripping. But obviously we'd have to be seeing that play out in real time. On the other side, we are opening up roughly halfway in this region, so we might be testing the closest support at 5,550, which has been the key level over the past week. If that doesn't hold, there is another support pretty close at 5,525, which is also yesterday's closing value. We know the market has a high proclivity for trying to hit those values, and then there's support even closer than that. So this zone in here, this 25-point zone, I think it's going to be a really choppy, messy zone. If it doesn't hold, 4,475, and if that breaks, things could get really ugly. But I don't think they're actually good. I think that's a low odds play today because of the new creation of positive gamma beneath. So this is new as over the past 2 days. And the fact that that's there means that the out of the money puts are no longer as dominant as they used to be from a gamma perspective. So I know this is kind of getting into the higher end nerdy stuff of the market, but what you need to know today is basically my bias in the short term is bullish. Looking at what's going on from price momentum, green, price momentum now looking a little bit to the upside. Actually, let me remark these pre-market highs. I really like to track those. Seeing that we hit a very important low level, if we're looking at this daily chart, we just hit 550, key technical level, key psychological level, key options level. We hit that, and vol didn't make a new high. I think there's just a lot of things as of market close yesterday that is truly setting up to, I would say, favor the bulls. So obviously I'm going to be waiting for market open to have my bias confirmed by what the actual options flow is. But I just want to let you know, going into today, I strongly believe, here, let me switch over to the 5 second. Let me switch to this. Let me switch over to the 5 second. I strongly believe that the bull camp does currently have the upper hand. I mean, and look at that pre-market gain. So we're going to see how things play out. I know we have about 2 minutes until the market opens. Obviously, just to try to be as transparent as I can, clearly, here's all my accounts. I haven't traded anything yet. I have my 5 take profit accounts. I have my 20 Apex accounts. They're all currently sitting up just around $6,000. The take profit is up just above, while the Apex ones are just below. So I started these on Monday, so 4 days of trading, about 2K in returns. So I'm building up that buffer. But before I can really go back to my trend following trading, I do need a bit more of a buffer. So I just wanted to show you I haven't done anything here. And I also want to show you, going into today, I'm swinging about $25,000 worth of call options on the overall market. Obviously, all this stuff is called out in real time on the Discord. Your first month is free. Sign up. Use that code Goonie. My mod will put it in chat. You guys can sign up. It's in the description. Just make sure to put in this promo code Goonie. That's how you go from a member to a supporter, which is a premium member, for free. And then once you are in there, you're going to be able to, it's going to look like this. And to get into the Discord, there's a giant button right there. Also, the third pinned message has a link. Of course, if you have any issues, reach out to me, mmk147, or email me at media@matthewkohrs.com. And while you're in here, don't forget to get into the Payday Friday giveaway right here. Just enter your name the way all these people have had. And obviously, a very quick shout out to Vanquish for sponsoring today's Payday Friday giveaway. So I have my account ready. If I see any interesting option trades, obviously I'm going to be taking them. But when you're trading prop, obviously I'm showing you these ones with futures, but you could also do it now in the world of options, which I think is awesome, especially because we probably have more options traders in here than we do futures traders. And with that being said, we have about 10 seconds to go. Nailed the timing today. Let's see what the fun in the sun is going to be bringing us. We have Tesla looking good. We have Nvidia looking good, opening up about 2%. And on that note, dingity, ding, ding, ding. The world's largest casino is now open. Best of luck to all. Play responsibly, and if not, have fun. All right, let's see what this brings us. Well, that's a nice gain to wake up to, about $6,000. So we'll just keep tracking that throughout the day. Nice gap up there. Remember, we're halfway in between these regions. First bull target, first bear target. I'm not doing anything out of the gate. Yes, my bias for the short-term trading is bullish today, but obviously to have that confirmation, I want to see the options flow. And right now, the options flow isn't the strongest. So let's just give it a second. Let's give it a beat. Let's see if there's too many call sellers coming in, just taking their profits, or if we're actually going to get somewhat of that Vanna rally. I know I've been calling this for a while, and I'm telling you, when it happens, it's going to be a phenomenal play. In the short term, I'm expecting a small one, and then in late March, early April, I'm expecting a very large one. I just want my thoughts to be very clear on this. I think I am calling for upward movement today. That is currently my base case, but I don't think it's going to be long-lived. I don't think this is the time that I'm punting my entire account. I'm just going to rip it all long. Obviously, it might end up being that, but right now I still think that there's a lot of questions of what's going on, and because of that uncertainty, I do think we have another push to the downside. So that's currently my base case. Obviously, as more information, Mag 7's already going, SPY is down, but just try to pop. 5-minute trying to recover bullish, 10-minute trying to save itself, 30-minute trying to hold bullish. The NASDAQ did save itself on the 5, the 10, and the 30. So NASDAQ is showing strength this morning. The 5-minute, the 10-minute, and the 30-minute clearly bullish. The S&P 500 showing a little bit of weakness on the 5-minute, the 10-minute, and the 30-minute are trying to hold. Obviously talking about price momentum. We don't really have enough trading as of right now to talk about the actual trend. I mean, I could go to the 1-minute, but we only have 3 bars worth of data, 2.5 bars worth of data. I mean, I guess we could, if we wanted to, really drill into something like the 15-second, but even that, we're just going nowhere right now. So the S&P 500 not really trending. I see Tesla pushing. I see Nvidia pushing. Tech is looking strong. There's definitely some clear, on a relative basis, some clear bullishness in the NASDAQ. I would be looking for this test and the break above the pre-market high at 19,533, which is about 20-ish points away. That would be a very easy target. But obviously, if this really gets going today, let me go back. I don't know why this is taking so long. But if we really get going today, my first target is 5,600, but I'm actually more interested on the break and push all the way up to 5,640. I really like this level. And of course, things might get crazy if we have puts being closed out. That's when we could be talking about 5,700. But obviously that is a giant if, because we would have to see those puts actually being closed out. And right now, people are actually buying puts and selling calls. So this is the opposite trend of what I would want to see for that Vanna rally. Vanna, V-A-N-N-A, V as in Victor. So just waiting on that. Lots of enthusiasm right now in the tech sector. So if you're playing the individual tech names, obviously, congrats to you. So we're going to do what we're always doing. I'm just waiting to see what the trend is. I want as many things to align as possibly can for me to take some. Dude, something happened right there. Ooh, big chunk of puts just closed out and calls being purchased. Yeah, look at that. The delta just ripped there. Almost 4 minutes into the day, the delta just shot up. And as soon as those option players based those trades, the delta went from negative to positive. And surprise, surprise, SPY big break, Q's big break. And we already took out the pre-market high. That's a pretty bullish thing. I do have, if you're coming in right now, I do have some options, but I haven't done any of my futures trades yet, and I haven't done any new options trades. And if I do those, obviously, hang on, let me I'd be looking at some SPX here on my new Vanquish account. I'd be looking at some of this SPX. What are we doing? Well, fresh highs. We might be making this move. I don't know why this is, I don't know if anyone else is having issues with TradingView today, but it's a little slow. All right, what do we have going on? All right, the NASDAQ was flat and now getting hit. The MAG 7 is long and strong. MAG 7 long and strong over the past 15 seconds, taking a little bit of a breather, but pretty much since market open, looking good. And then looking at the S&P 500 was trending down. Huge bullish order just came in, and now the market's trying to figure out how it should or shouldn't react to that. What do we have? Like I said, we might just be talking about this. What risk is this? Is it a worthwhile breakout trade? I don't necessarily love trading a breakout, especially only 5 minutes into the day. Nope. The answer is no, Tonto. I need to be a bit more patient. I thought we were farther into the day. I didn't realize we only were 5 minutes in. So I'm going to wait a little bit longer. This would have been great to chase out of the gate. I would have already made the money that I needed to make on the day, and it just keeps pumping. And honestly, this little breakout trade here, clearly it would have paid. I could have been in at 50. I'd be up 15 points. My initial risk would have been 20. At this point, I would have moved it to either 30 or break even, and I would try to ride it. But I'm trying to just be disciplined, and that's technically outside of my rule set. It's very much outside of my rule set. So it's just a little bit too early in the day, and the risk is a little bit wide. The risk wasn't the worst, but I think there's a fair argument that, okay, do you really like how the SPY looks? Because it was getting hit. So just calm, cool. Generally, especially on the futures market, especially with where's vol sitting at? The VIX is sitting still above 20. That means that there's going to be a lot of opportunity. You don't have to worry, be like, did I miss the opportunity of the day? No, you didn't. Yes, this would have worked. You would have made money, but then ask yourself, was it a good decision? Making money doesn't necessarily mean it was a good decision. Losing money doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad decision. It was just, in my book, that's a little bit chasey. It's just since open. It would have been one thing to go long on the SPY here at 933 on that options turn, but that's only 3 minutes into the day. It could have so easily been reverted. So if you caught it, congrats. And I guess one part of me I'm not too worried is, yes, I'm already riding it still. I'm up 7.7K there. I'm up another 7.6K there. I'm still riding it. I'm up 15K. It's just I didn't take it on the futures. And even this, I want to execute more trades on Vanquish, but it's just I didn't. I guess I was late. It's too early in the day for me. I want to look for that first pullback, and then on the reversion of the pullback, then I could ride it longer. But when I see this much strength, I just have to wait. I don't want to chase. Chasing it might work a lot. It might work 9 out of 10 times. But on that 10th time that you top ticket and then it goes against you, well, you just gave back all of your gains. So it's not a net profitable way to engage with the market. So I wish I took it. That would have been nice. I would have been in at 50. I'd be up 50 points right now. I'd be up about $1,000, and it would have been easy. It never really worked against me. Obviously, I'd be trailing it now. No matter what, I'd be making money. At that point, I could have been up 25K on the day, and I could have ended it. But once again, coulda, woulda, shoulda. You never know what the next bar is going to be, and that's exactly why you have trading rules, is to stop yourself from doing those types of things that in the long run are not beneficial. What I'm looking for is a dip that I could play off of. I would love a little bit of a pullback. I would love a foundation to be created. I would love to bounce off that foundation so I have more reasonable risk. This is always about your risk control. And I find when you really reframe your mental approach to the market, rather than like, oh, I missed out on that profit, you should ask yourself, well, hang on, if I'm wrong, how bad is it going to be? Your first question should always be that, like, what's my risk? If I'm wrong here, just kind of assume you're going to be wrong and then work off of that. And then if you're luckily correct, well, okay, cool. Kudos to you. So I'm just waiting. I still think we have distance to go. I called out these levels. Open interest, yesterday's high. I think this is a good level to pay attention to. Let's look at the flow. The MAG 7, long and strong, taking a little bit of a breather right now, but maybe this is the breather I want to play off of. The NASDAQ is actually getting hit, but I find that to be the least impactful. While the SPY was weak, big pop. Ever since then, we are going a little bit long and strong. All right. Let's see what structures we could pay attention to. Let's see. So first thing that jumps out is a little bit of a flag there. But I do on the side of my screen over here need to check out. I need to get the flow over here so I can watch these simultaneously. Obviously, I'm attempting to minimize my risk. Minimize. Minimize. Oops, did not like that. All right, that low is my risk. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. So be it. If I'm right, I'm right. So be it. If I'm wrong, come on. I was liking it for a second. Go the other way. I played that breakout. Obviously, it's making me sweat for a second. EMA has now gone flat. We lost a bit of the trend. It seems like it is coming for my stop, but hey, if it does, it does. I've been here before. If you keep your losses at paper cuts, it is very easy to make them back. It's going to tag me. All right. Tag me. I tried to play the first breakout. There was just no follow through. I was trying to play, for a second here, I'll show you what I saw back when right here, I saw this lift up and it's actually looking nice for the SPY. It's just it's actually looking good on the SPY. I just got knocked on the Qs. So the Qs on a relative basis having a bit of weakness. Maybe I should have had up. Oops. But it's all right. We've been here before. Risk is in control. We'll just redraw the proper line. Maybe I should have had up the Mag 7 and the S&P 500 because the SPY is still actually holding. And that's what I was kind of basing this one off of. Take a little bit of a hit. What time is it? 9:41. Okay, I don't mind it. Well-controlled risk. I like it. I would very much argue that was a good decision. The SPY is there, has this upside potential. Obviously, I had a risk point that I based it off of. It just got tagged, took a small hit. A-okay. A-okay, because if I was holding it here, I'd be down even more. And if it keeps going, that's all right. I'm out of the play. And if it swings back, all right, ideally I could get in at an even better fill. So that's trading, folks. That is 100%. Ooh, Tesla out of nowhere just taking a hit. Taking a hit on old Tesla. All right, what are we now? About 12 minutes into the day. Yeah, I'm still going to ride this bias. Bullish. Right here. Bullish. The 5 minute, the 10 minute, the 30 minute, the 5 minute, the 10 minute, the 30 minute. Looking at the options flow, I'd love for the Mag 7 to turn around. This is what I just got caught up in, was right here. I was trying to play this trend, and unfortunately, on this pullback on price, when it started to swing back up, the Delta did not decide to swing back up. And specifically what we have going on is a little bit of call selling, a little bit of put selling, and more so, or put buying, more so call selling. So I just got caught up in that. And hey, if it keeps continuing, hang on, unless we're going to turn around. I am still looking for a bullish opportunity. Obviously, I'm just looking to get in with minimal risk. Minimal risk. That's the name of the game. Minimal risk. Oh, hang on. Let me check the options flow. Let me check. The SPY is actually picking back up here. The SPY is picking back up here. Oops. All right. We're in again. Let's see if Lady Luck is on my side. We'll see if Lady Luck is on my side. I'm in at 576. I like this break of the EMA, and I would like it even more on the break of this trend line, but I like the recovery, and I'm hoping that it actually does. And if, once again, if I'm wrong, I have well-defined risk. you can survive a lot of paper cut trades. What you can't survive are those destructive blowout trades. So I'm hoping that the recovery of this EMA line, that's this like light teal, was the nice signal. I tried to play it before. We dipped under. Obviously, I was a little early. There was another sell-off. I protected myself. We dipped. We just recovered. I was hoping that this recovery would lead to the trend line breakout, but we are running into some resistance on the trend line as of now. So we'll see. I'm just hoping that we don't take out that low. I'm noticing the SPY. Like I said, I'm looking for another 10-point push, which is another buck in the SPY to get all the way up to 5598, 5600. I'm just hoping, we're seeing a little bit of a disconnect. The SPY is making a fresh high while the Qs have not quite yet. So I was kind of using the options flow on the SPY as part of my reasoning, but we're seeing the Qs for whatever reason lag behind, and I'm not the biggest fan of it lagging behind, so I might want to be a bit more aggressive with my stop until I figure out why is it lagging behind. Looks like we have some profit taking happening on the Mag 7. Come on, keep going for me. Oh, that's a 2 standard deviation move. Okay, how do I want to play this one? Come on. This is my second trade of the day for those of you joining in right now. Obviously, I have one losing trade. I had my stop. If I held it to this point, I would have been back to break even. And yeah, that's a bummer because then you could be like, well, you wouldn't have had a loss. But on the flip side, what if it kept selling? And I know this was a lot of our discussion yesterday of like, okay, like when do you hold, when you don't hold? I have found in my career, anecdotally, quantifiably, that when you hit your risk, you should just assume you're not going to be lucky and it's going to come back. Because even if it does, if you do that time and time again, eventually you're going to find the bad beat where you completely blow out. So eventually, if you keep trading that way, it's going to end in a D-Day scenario. For you. The Mag 7 is still tilting down. The NASDAQ, but the SPY is so strong right now. All right, I'm going to give this a second because I am noticing a weird mismatch. The SPY keeps going. It's ripping up until, and I was trying to play that, and I really just assumed that the Qs would be highly correlated and they would also be pushing. So we're seeing a lack of correlation that I was kind of banking on. I mean, I called this level out. I decided to play it via the NQ contract, but the NQ contract is not making a fresh high. So I'm... and this is a very short-term differential. Obviously, I'm on the 1-minute chart. We still know overall the SPY and the Qs are highly correlated, but a bit bummed right now because we're already running right up here, and I'm seeing weakness that I'm not the biggest fan of. On that. But for those of you who maybe were a bit more patient and went for a better trade. Now, obviously, just watch that trend line breakout on the Qs. That's a pretty easy setup. The Qs are retesting the high from yesterday. Ideally, I could use this low that was just created as my new risk point. I would much rather bring my... You know what? I can't do it yet because we didn't take out this high. As soon as we take out this high, I can then adjust my risk and take more. My goal, especially when I get into any trade, like right out of the gate, is to minimize my risk as quickly as I can. And then as soon as the stop's at minimum of break even, then I could be a little bit more patient with like, oh, is it going to run? Is it not going to run? But when I get into a trade, my first thought is like, okay, how could I do it? We're coming up to that trend line. I can see it on NQ. Watch it on the Qs here because on that breakout, maybe it comes, but then I'm worried because like, what if it's a fake breakout and the SPX just gets cracked right here or it gets smacked right here at 5,600? This is a big options interest level and it's the high from yesterday. There might be some profit taking right there, which I'm worried about because I see the NASDAQ is actually trending down. The Mag 7 is still trending down. And then the S&P 500 actually ripped up until about 946 and now it's taking a little bit of a breather. Puts were getting closed out. Some were being purchased. They're probably playing for the rejection right here, which is making me a little bit nervous about my play. It's making me a little bit nervous, which when I think that way, what does it make me want to do? Well, it definitely makes me want to move. I can't reasonably move it up here yet. I need this push to be able to do that. Yeah, I can't reasonably update it. I'm trying to see if there's a way I could justify it. But even here, come on, just break so I could do it and take all risk off the table. Just break out. Just break out. Just do it. Make my life easy. Make my life easy. Come on, tag it so I could take all risk off the table and move on. Do it. Do it. There we go. There we go. All right. All risk is off the table. We got a lotto play. We're fishing, and we're going to see if we caught anything. There's something on the end of the rod, and we're going to find out, is it nothing? Is it fake? Or do we have actually something to play off of? My concern, though, is that I only have 10 minutes left to the consumer confidence report, and that might cause a whippy situation. Of course, it might benefit me. And cool, I make money if it like luckily goes up, but what if it like wicks me out? So I got to consider that. Are you going to adjust your trading plan around the Michigan report? I'm going to pray that I'm out before that. But once again, the major thing I wanted to do was have my stop at break even before that, just in case I get unlucky. Okay, whatever. But I took that hit there. If I held this trade, I would have been green. But look at that, still trading smart. I'm already net green anyway. And that's not my real profit target. I just kind of had it up there to have a profit target up there. All right. I don't need this anymore. I'm just kind of watching here. I'm just going to arbitrarily put this all the way up to 700. It's more so I'm going to get stopped out or I'm going to close it out myself. I just put up the OCO, the order cancels order, just so just in case there's like weird things that happen. I have it up there as like a reach target, I suppose. What actually it's at 700 and we're trading at 600. Okay, whatever. If it hits, it hits. I'm not going to complain. But I am watching the pullback into this because this golden line here is the 2 standard deviation move of price, which is statistically rare. And that doesn't mean I want to get out right away, but sometimes when it collapses back in, there's a pullback and I don't want the pullback to be all the way to where I got in at. So I am watching that. Right here, we're at this first target. This is an important zone. This is going to be the first. Well, first of all, congrats if you took it. That was my major call out. I said even before the market opened, bull target number 1, 5,600. And thus far, it seems we're battling there. Tesla's taking a bit of a hit. Nvidia. How are the big guys doing? Nvidia's looking good. Microsoft is going, and Apple's stable. I'm fully I don't know why this is taking forever today. Usually trading views like that fast. I should probably stop switching the time frames because there's this awkward lag that I've had to deal with every single time. Shit. Yep, I missed that when I was waiting for the trading view. Right when I said it comes back in, it can flush. Come on. Find a bit of support. Oh, my stop's at break even. So once again, if I get stopped out, I get stopped out. Obviously, I'm hoping for the best. But like I said, as soon as you come back in, I was hoping that didn't happen and I was missing it. So I couldn't react as quickly as I wanted to. I was too busy not paying attention. Dude, I wonder if I should just... No, stop me out. All right, took a scratch trade. Nothing. Didn't cost me any money. Scratch trade. It happens. And of course, as soon as it does happen, it rips right again. No way. Is it really going to give me a signal to go right back in? Right off of that? No way. No way. Total karma event. Karma does not exist in the market, my friend. This is a cold, emotionless vehicle. It's all probabilities. It's all math. If you're blaming karma, no. That was hilarious. She dropped right after blaspheming Jesus. Once again, if this in any way, maybe I'm missing the conversation here, but if this relates to the market, no. Did I get... You got to protect yourself. As frustrating as it is, you got to protect yourself. And that's what I was doing. Didn't want to risk going red. Oh, dude, the SPY is going. We have that bounce there. All right. Okay. We're back in. Third trade of the day. First trade was a $500 loss. Second trade was a scratch trade. It went a little bit in my favor, so I put the stop at break even to protect myself. And unfortunately, on this dip, it came back. And generally, if my buffer was bigger, I would have not gotten stopped out there because I would have used a deeper recent low rather than just moving my stop to break even so aggressively. But the fact that my first trade was a losing trade, I didn't want to go deeper in the hole. And also because my overall account values, I just don't have that much of a buffer yet. I had to be a bit more careful. And I'm playing with fire right now because yes, even though we're above 5,600, we really haven't broken out yet. So there is still that chance of here's the Mag 7. Mag 7 tried to get going. Then this is what I caught. And unfortunately, this is where I got knocked out on the Delta pullback. And then if we look at the S&P 500, actually the S&P 500 has now been pulling back. What is going on? We're just now in a choppy mess. We're just now in a choppy mess. All right, let's see. What can I do to be smart? What is a good decision? I'm currently long on this. I try to buy that recovery. The recovery is now just going nowhere. We're just kind of going sideways. What time is it? It's 9:56. People honestly might just be waiting at this point for the consumer confidence report, which I don't know. Like I said, I really wish I was out of it. Because when you come to events like this, especially that initial reaction, it's just 50-50. It's either going to be a good report or a bad report. So we have the Michigan numbers and the consumer sentiment or confidence. I think it's consumer sentiment, whatever it is. We have a data drop in about 3.5 minutes. So we're going to see how this one plays out. We popped up. We had a nice move. That was the beautiful move of the day. Bit of a pullback. I tried to go long there. I had like a stop, just didn't work. And we're still grinding higher, making higher highs and higher lows on the SPY and the Qs. Like the bulls are in control. Bullish. But we're kind of stuck in this battle at 5,600. We took out yesterday's high. We're at a key options level. If this breaks and goes, my next target's all the way up here, another 40 points in SPX, which is another $4 in the SPY. We talked about this earlier, but that would bring us to the SPY. I mean, at this level, about 563-ish is what I would be looking at for a rough equivalent. But right now, the bulls are in control. I see the VIX is falling. It's down about 5.7%. Unfortunately, I think this is another wick situation for me, which I'm not the biggest fan of. How do I want to handle this one? How do I want to handle this potential wickening? The wickening. The options market is being a little bit strange right now. I do want to point that out, that the Mag 7 Delta is almost back to where we started. And what we have going on with said wickening is calls being sold. So this is people locking in some of their profits. I assume the overnight swing. No one's really touching puts on the Mag 7. And then when it comes to the SPY, calls are now flat, but puts started to get purchased at 946. And it's more so 0 DTE. But actually right here, some are now closing out. We just got to wait. What messed me up today is I thought that the Qs, which were stronger out of the gate, would keep going, as in on a relative basis be stronger. So I was like, oh, okay. I didn't anticipate the Qs to go flat as the SPY was coming up here. I thought they would keep grinding higher because at this point, the Qs were looking good and I saw they were at the high, but I was like, oh, the SPY has this much distance to go. But instead, the Qs literally just also went flat, which kind of boned me over on that play. So, that kind of got me knocked back on my heels. That was the first loss. Then the second one was just scratch, and that happens. That's just protecting yourself. But now I'm in a position that I'm not a fan of because I'm basically just hoping that this report breaks my way. And it's playing a little bit with fire. I don't know if I should widen my stop just to not get wicked out. I mean, it's just a random data drop. We're going to find out in 30 seconds. Do I get lucky and it just pops? Or is it going to absolutely wick me out? I don't know. Not loving the position I'm in because it's a little bit of luck. Obviously, price is getting depressed going into this. How much time do we have? All right, I just want to see a big pop on these numbers. Big pop on these numbers. Can I get lucky? We have about 10 seconds to go. About 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Shit. The opposite of the pop. Come on. Yeah. Tagged me out. Son of a gun. Obviously, I'm still in profit, but it just didn't break my way. That's unfortunate. Dude, literally wicked me out. No. Well, that's a painful one. That's a painful one. Perfectly fucking wicked me out. Perfectly. That's going to be trading. That's definitely, that's a tough one. Had the 50-50 shot. I was praying that I was out of the trade beforehand, but yeah, VIX is picking up right there. Like the fact that it wicked me out just like that, I could borderline guarantee for you now, it's going to rip back. Knowing my luck, knowing how this goes, the fact that I just got wicked out, that's the story of trading. That's the story of trading. Downtrend too strong? No, it's not. This is that we're actually trending up. Price is actually right here. Bullish, 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 bullish. Price momentum as of now is still bullish. Obviously, if we take out this recent low, then the tune can definitely change. But look at those puts. What's going on? Are we bouncing back? All right, how do I want to play this? I have a bit of a buffer, so I don't want to give up the buffer, and I don't want to go on tilt the way I normally... Dude, I just cannot believe I was perfectly wicked out. That's astounding. It happens, though. That's trading. I just cannot believe. So, okay, the new goal here, obviously not go on tilt. I think the old Matt, what I would do is trade multiple contracts and try to quickly get it back. No, I think the major thing here, and I don't know how it's going to go. That was unfortunate, bad beat. Shit happens. Sometimes you're going to get abnormally lucky. But what I can do here that's smart is keep the train on the tracks and do what I know. I find that there's a high correlation with me having my bad days and all that stuff. I find that there's a high correlation with that happening and basically trading multiple contracts. So like I think the one thing I can do is just attempt to keep the train on the tracks. Maybe I could catch a full nice trend, but the key thing is to keep it small because inherently if I'm wrong, do we have a nice little? All right, I'll take a stab at it. I'll take a stab at the reversal, taking out these recent highs, obviously putting my risk at whatever that low is, and we're going to jack this all the way up. Once again, that's not my real target. I'm just putting it in there. EMA had a puke on that. We came here. You could see we're bouncing off a VWAP. This is just a VWAP bounce play, and my risk is whatever that low was where I was perfectly wicked out. Are you kidding me? That is just unfortunate, but I don't know. It's painful. Of course it's painful, but all I can do, and this is honestly over the past couple months with the old accounts, this is where I would have 100% been like, nope, I'm going long like 3 contracts to try to quickly make it back. Right now, I'm trying to keep as disciplined as I can, stick to the rules, do exactly what I know to do, and just trade a contract. Just trade a contract. Obviously, I'm playing the reversal. I have well-defined risk. I hope that this one really works. But if it doesn't, I'm trying to give myself a bit of fighting room. I'm hoping that we could recover all the way up to, I'm looking for this first test of 476 on the Qs. And then on the SPY, I'd be looking for 558.50. The VIX popped. I'm looking for the VIX to get crushed again. We have Microsoft that got a hit a little bit there as well. And with this, I'm still, the name of the game when you take those types of hits, which are obviously very unfortunate, is just try to not go on tilt. And that's honestly my biggest issue. Any of those days on my Apex accounts where I had like such a big problem, it was very, very much because like I just went on tilt and I went from trading one contract to 2 to 3 to 5 to 7 to 8 to 10. And what sucks is that sometimes you do that and it would have been worth it. If I just kind of rage quit right there and was like, you know what, I'm just going to go long 5. Well, I would have already made back half that loss. And then but you're learning the wrong lesson. So as much as like old Matt would have just tilted long 5 and be like, yo, I'm quickly going to get it back. And I would have already cut this loss by more than half. I'd probably be already up 2K. And I could be like, okay, cool. It's just you're learning the wrong lesson, because as easily as it went that way, once again, if that works 9 out of 10 times, you have to focus on that 10th time that it goes against you and you blow out your count and then the game's over anyway. So I covered this in a lot more detail in, what was it? I guess one of the Velvet Kohrs videos of like, you just have to never do something that is potentially devastating, as in blowing out the account, as in never putting yourself in that type of a position. So that's exactly why right now, even though the old Matt would have gone long 5 contracts and I would already be green, that's learning the wrong lesson. Because even if that works 99% of the time, you're going to find that 1% bad beat eventually, as long as you keep trading, and then your account's 100% gone. So like, it's painful. And I know, I'm looking at these numbers right now. I'm like, dude, if you just tilted it, you'd be up 3.5K and you'd be back to break even. I fully get it. Does it frustrate me as a human? 100% it frustrates me as a human. But I just got to be better than I was the last time. I got to be better. So I'm just trying to not revenge trade. I did 1 contract. Is it painful? Yeah, because if I did 5, I'd be up 5K right now. I'd be up net 1.2. It sucks. Did I get literally wicked out at the bottom? Yes, it fucking sucks. That's trading. You got to look at this as the series of trades do. Oh, first of all, as we're talking about this, I should move my stop all the way up so I don't lose any more money. My apologies. This is a part of trading. You have to be a very good loser to win in the long run. And right there, does this suck? Yeah, because I'm almost back to, I was in at 19,606. I could have just had that 1 contract. Did I get wicked out at the worst part? Shit happens, dude. Shit fucking happens. So it is where it is. And if I can get the Vanna rally today, doesn't matter, because we're going to rip so much. If we get a Vanna rally, I would say at minimum going all the way up here. If enough puts get closed out, which speaking of that, we should probably check in on the puts. I see some calls being purchased into this. I see some puts being closed out on the Mag 7. Actually, more puts were bought. Jesus. I don't know what's going on right now from an options perspective. Huge hit, and now we're going flat, even though price is going up. There wasn't additional news, was there? University of Michigan sentiment fell to the lowest level since November of 22, and long-run inflation expectations hit a 32-year high. What the fuck? All right, well, hang on. I might need to pay attention to this one. Maybe a little bit of support is going to be found here. I would love for a little bit of support to be found. Because obviously, when you're in the hole, I'm up a good chunk right now. That'll take away a chunk of what I did. I don't necessarily want to have this as a break-even trade. I am protecting myself, as in the loss isn't going to get worse. But what is happening? I'm very confused of what I'm seeing in the options flow right now. Mag 7 started tilting. It's coming for me. Yep. It's coming for me. It's coming for me. And this makes the whole situation that much more frustrating, because the old Matt would have tilted. I would have been green. Ideally, I would have taken that, or I would have taken some of the contracts off the table. And yeah, I just got tabbed out. So once again, I did not, I guess, dig myself deeper into a hole, which I think is the most important thing. Because, dude, if I could just catch one good trend, that's all you really need to make this back. So is it frustrating? Of course it is. If I tilted it the way I normally do, I would be in the green right now and I'd be like, oh, that's crazy. And then I wouldn't have to deal with this. But it is that exact mindset that got me into trouble before. So I just got to be better about it. But the 5 minute, the 10 minute, and the 30 minute are green. The 5 minute, the 10 minute, and the 30 minute are green. You know what? Yeah, there's the gap down from these numbers. So obviously the market reacting pretty poorly to this. All right, watching that trend line, which I'll draw it on here just so you could see it. I'll draw this on here. I want to play that trend line breakout, and I hope the VIX dies with it. I would love the VIX to die with it, but right there, that was my third trade. So basically, what was it? I don't know. Well, it's a scratch trade. In and out, same value. I got stopped out. That's going to be roughly about 30 to 40% of my trades. And right now I'd be down. So I'm very happy I got out because I'd be further in the hole, which is exactly what I'm trying to protect myself from, obviously. What I'm trying to protect myself from, frustrating. It's the globalists. It feels like it's the globalists. As you could see, right at 10 a.m. on the data drop, the market got a little bit funky. And by that, I mean a lot of bit funky. 950, was that the high? Yeah, 950 was the high. All right. I'm just trying to draw exactly how I want to play this and see if I can find a low risk way to play today's game. All right, the Mag 7 is doing well. Well, first we'll start with the SPY. The SPY, low delta reading, trying to pop a little bit. The NASDAQ, same thing. The Mag 7 maybe turning back around, but if to get that Vanna rally, I need more puts closed out, and they don't necessarily seem to be of the mindset of closing out right now. Vol's taking a little bit of a hit. Let's go to the 1 minute. Where are these other big players at? So Tesla got hit, Palantir's fine, Nvidia's flat, Broadcom hit, Netflix, whatever, Meta, MSTR, Microsoft, Apple's getting hit. That Apple is probably part of the reason why it's definitively part of one of the biggest parts of the reason of why the SPY and the Qs are getting rocked right there. I wonder if this is a higher low that we're seeing right here. Like, is this our higher low? Because right now we have lower highs. I'm wondering if we're about to create a higher low. I would be willing to take that trade if I saw a little bit more enthusiasm in the options market. We're just not. It's just flat. The Mag 7's now not doing anything. The NASDAQ's now not doing anything. And the SPY's not doing anything. Everything got crushed on the Michigan numbers. And now we're not doing squat. And Apple's actually getting rocked. I wonder if I should be locking these in. I'm up about 6K on that. I'm going to give it a second because it seems like it's really indecisive. The confusion here is price momentum is still bullish, green. The NASDAQ actually might be cracking on the 5, but then the options market isn't agreeing with it. So there's a bit of a mismatch between everything. So I think I just need to wait longer, wait for something to happen. So in the meantime, this is a good time to remind you guys, hey, we're still doing a Payday Friday right here. Payday Friday giveaway. We are giving away $150 cash and 3 different prop accounts. Use that code Goonie to get 35% off prop trading here on Vanquish. Shout out to Vanquish. We'll be doing that ideally in a couple minutes, depending on what the market either is or isn't doing. Jesus. What are we doing here? What are we doing? I currently have no position. Oops. Got screwed over, but we just fell to interesting. Oh, let me fix this. We are right at VWAP on NQ, which probably means we're at VWAP on the Qs and probably on the SPY. So maybe we find support here. Obviously, this was a good stop out because I'd be deeper in the hole right now. So I don't mind that stop out at all. In fact, I actually think that was a good defensive play. I think that was an awesome defensive play. I gave myself an opportunity to ride a trend if we came all the way back up. We simply didn't, and we got cracked, and things aren't looking the best right now. Wait, am I missing other news? What is this? Zelensky, Russia is deliberately setting conditions for a ceasefire to complicate and drag out the process. University of Michigan sentiment fell to the lowest since November of 22, and long-run inflation expectations hit a 32-year high. University Michigan condition prelim actual 63.5. The forecast was 64.4. Breaking University of Michigan sentiment prelim actual 57.9. The forecast was 63. All right, so those numbers not the best. Not the best there. We are setting up in a situation where, as of now, and this could change on a moment's notice, we do have lower highs and higher lows. consolidation, painful consolidation that is potentially breaking in the favor of the bears. I'm watching these support levels, and we started off today bullish, but ever since that report, that's kind of what nuked things. I'm seeing this. We're right at VWAP on NQ. Yeah, it's indecisive. So I'm waiting. I'm attempting. Obviously, all the money I lost, that sucks. I can make it back in one good trade, so it's just kind of waiting to see what that good trade is going to be. And ideally, you should theoretically have a better trade if more things align. So what I'm trying to do right now is I thought we had a good bounce back. I got in right here. I was like, oh, okay, maybe this is a fake out. We ran and we came back. I had to stop at break even. The trend just wasn't there. And right now I'm trying to say, okay, like, do I want to switch my bias on the day? I see Apple getting rocked, but the VIX is still low. The VIX is now down to 23. Not that long ago, we were above 30. I wonder if we're just going to build out this wedge a bit more. I don't believe there's any other scheduled announcements or events. We're right at VWAP. Is this going to be a VWAP bounce? I mean, I could attempt to go long and literally just risk whatever this recent low is. That's not the worst idea, but I would like, ideally, the Mag 7. The SPY's at the low. Dude, it is difficult to get yourself to go long if you're not even seeing a little bit of optimism in the options market. I want, not even a shred of something. Where's all those call buyers? Dude, calls have been sold off now since 10 a.m. Puts were bought, but now since then have gone flat. So we're just seeing this slow and steady bleed in the calls, which is causing this slow and steady bleed. But I'm curious if this support's going to hold. We came basically up to our starting value. We have this, we're potentially at a bounce region. And obviously, if we bounce, the play is this. You're looking for the breakout of the trend line and then a push back up to this next key level. But that's just the bull case. Obviously, in the bear case, if we start to break these lows, you're looking for a puke down to 5,500. But I'm just wondering if we are going to get a bounce out of here. I'm wondering because bullish. Dude, it's just so indecisive. To make a call right now, I would say in the options market, the bears have the upper hand. In terms of price trend, the bulls have the upper hand, but it's close to losing that. So the whole thing, what is this? Trump had a very good productive discussion with President Vladimir Putin of Russia Thursday. So that was 42 minutes ago. Not really breaking news. I'm seeing maybe the VIX. We just got to wait. As painful as this is, I think the market's incredibly indecisive. And most of the time when you're paying attention to the market, there isn't a trade to be had. I cannot believe I got so wicked out on that. Literally, that's so painful. But it's trading. It's a good lesson. It's a good lesson to not go on tilt with it. EU countries extend sanctions against Russia for 6 months. Is what I'm seeing. Yeah, EU countries extend sanctions against Russia for 6 months. That's the EU countries. Okay, we have that. We have those Michigan numbers. University of Michigan surveys consumers 1 year inflation, 4.9 versus Feb 4.3. So they're looking by an increase of 0.6. That's what tanked the market at 10. The market at 10 was, we might be getting a legitimate breakdown here. The NASDAQ kind of signaled that way ahead. At 9:38, the NASDAQ was saying, bro, be careful. We're seeing either the bounce or the break moment. Dude, I wonder if I should just take this money and go. I'm going to give it a second, but I'm also ready to get the fuck out if I need to. I still have those calls from yesterday, and I'm just going to get ready just in case I need to. I'm going to give this opportunity to bounce. Let's see if we can get a trend line bounce. Dude, the NASDAQ is getting hit. Microsoft is not looking so good. Apple's not when the two biggest companies in the world are just getting rocked ever since 10 a.m., it's definitely some downward pressure. It's just wondering, is this that bounce opportunity? Just got to wait. I have no specialty prediction of do we bounce or break. I think all you can really do, even this, options don't even know which way to send it now. Yeah, we're just going flat. Go to the 5 second here. Yeah, options have since just gone flat. SPY's still looking a little weak in options, but you just got to wait. Wait for this range to be broken. It's just patience. At this point is 100% just a patience play. Where's the banana rally? Well, we had a real shot of it until that announcement came out at 10. So we were looking that wave where calls being purchased, puts being closed. The delta was pushing up. And then the 10 a.m. announcement completely switched the structure. So things were looking good. The delta was going very much positive till 9:46. And then right here at 9:50, someone was seemingly front running it because right here we were just getting absolutely rocked. And then you could see what happened to the delta on this announcement. So things were looking decent. Unfortunately, until they weren't, and now the market's indecisive. But we were looking good at that trend, and then just the Michigan numbers came in way higher than expectation, which has caused the entire trend to change. The question now is are dip buyers going to step in, and are bears, are the sellers going to take this level as their profit and like unload, or do they think that there's more to be had? Remember, if this cracks, we're then looking at a 20-point sell-off down here. And we might be cracking. Mag 7 kind of got hit. The NASDAQ. SPY, dude. All right. All right. I'm locking in my gains. I'm not letting this go against me. Been there before. Let's lock in those gains. Oh, didn't get a fill. 72. Slow to react to this. Oops. No, I don't want that. Oh, okay. Got a fill. Yeah, I locked that in. I didn't want to go red just in case this actually did vomit. Just in case, let me locked. I think, what was that, like 8K-ish between the two? I think it was either 3 and 3 or 4 and 4 something. Locked in SPX. Just didn't want to screw around with that. Of course, if it comes back, I could always restructure it, get new strikes and whatnot, which I don't mind. I just didn't, as soon as we saw that crack and I saw some weakness down here, I was like, you know what? I don't want to be involved in a vomit when you're already up money. It's all about protecting. The name of the game is, can you protect it? The name of the game actually right now is this the fucking dip buy? Oh, I just need a nice trend. Just give us a trend to play off of. Kind of hard to make money if we're just not getting it. Like, what a beautiful Morningstar trend. And then even if you were bearish there, that was a trend. But ever since 1013, now we've just done nothing. I guess you could either kind of wait for something like that. I mean, I'm looking at some recent range breaks. I see Apple's weak. I see Microsoft's weak. What's the VIX doing? The VIX doesn't really seem... Is it a fake out breakdown that we're seeing? We snapped the trend line. Now trying to push back up. I guess we could redraw these. I'm just looking for anything to go off of. The 5-minute maybe holding. The 10-minute maybe holding. The 30-minute's definitely green. The 5-minute trying to hold. The 10-minute did bounce. The 30-minute. So I have to be biased to the bullish side just because price momentum at the moment is still bullish. So just using that as like a barometer. We see a little bit of a swing around. All right. I'm going to give it the old college try. Pray that option traders come in and then support whatever the fuck I'm doing. We'll see. Maybe. I mean, the EMA is trying to turn up. We might have a higher low here at 1023. Could be a shoulder, head, shoulder. I just need to control my risk. I don't know what the next bar is going to be. This game is all about risk reward, which you could easily say I took on too much risk with the consumer sentiment report. I was so worried about getting wicked out and it going in my favor. And in reality, I got wicked out at the most extreme. So I probably could have had that loss be far less. But if I can catch a nice trend, we'll see. We'll see. Honestly, do I want to move my risk up to this? That seems so much more palatable. I'll give it a second because I don't want to unfortunately get wicked out again because I know this trend line's coming up. SPX something. I got an alert on SPX. Okay, SPX is coming right up to this trend line, which actually could be an interesting play. Could be an interesting play. What do we have? Could be an interesting play. What is today? Today's the 14th. 14th. Potential rejection right at that trend line. Watch this. This might be the play of the day here. A higher low after a little trend line breakout, little fake out. You'd want confirmation in the options market, which we saw a little bit of life. Like it's trying to maybe that ends up being the bottom. I don't know. I saw some puts being closed, some 0DT calls are coming in, but you'd want that confirmation of the trend line break and hold with options doing something. That would be obviously the ideal situation. And I'm just trying to make sure that I'm happy with my risk point. Okay, I am. Yeah, we're just, I guess, VIX just got hit there, so that's a little bit more bullish, but Apple still looks pretty freaking bad. Microsoft is not looking good. MSTR is not looking good. Meta is not looking good. Netflix, Broadcom, Nvidia, a bit better. Palantir, a bit better. Tesla, not so good. So we're going to find out. We're either just putting in another lower high or we're actually getting the trend line break. It's one or the other. I have no particular prediction on which way it's going to be because that's all based on traders that are about to trade, and I don't know what they're going to do. They're either going to be aggressively bullish or aggressively bearish, or maybe they're going to be equally powerful, and we're just going to have to awkwardly wait. But I do like that on the NASDAQ, we recaptured VWAP, the value weighted average price. So that's a little bit bullish, but we're already actually in real time getting right knocked back down to it. The current VWAP is just above 474. And the SPY showed a little bit more of enthusiasm. Here's the MAG 7, flat, not really doing anything. Yeah, getting hit there as well. Well, this recovery might not be the recovery I wanted. Definitely under a bit of pain. And it's not doing anything. We just got to wait. Wait. Maybe this is the higher low? Whatever they're doing in the options world, I don't think they know. It was bullish up until 946, got cracked on that Michigan number, went flat on this recovery, and then the recovery started to fail and the options market got worse. And now we're once again flat. So pretty indecisive. The NASDAQ was oddly weak ever since 940, and it has now done nothing since 1013. And then the MAG 7, the combo of Apple, Amazon, Google, Meta, Microsoft, Nvidia, and Tesla, which we're seeing a lot of weakness in the two biggest stocks, Apple and Microsoft. But Nvidia is looking good, has been, it got clocked down to 1002. Then we had a recovery, then clocked once again, and now we're just perfectly flat. So it's maybe potentially bottoming, but it also could just be setting up for a puke. I think the best way to explain this is just saying the market is indecisive. We have lower highs, we have higher lows. Options are going sideways. And even the EMA, we're pinned. Like the EMAs are just now going sideways. The best way to describe what's going on right now is just consolidation, just waiting to see if we break. We're either waiting for the breakout and the push or the breakdown and the flush. But even this, this is now the fourth test of this line. You could call out I mean, there's a gazillion different ways you could look at this. You could be like, look, it's an inverse shoulder, head, shoulder. That's bullish. Another trader could come in and say, no, we have lower highs. We're getting rejected at the trend line. That's a short opportunity because your risk is right here. An options trader would say, we're trending nowhere. What are you doing? So there's none of those are, it's not like there's a way to look at the market that's 100% right and the other ones are wrong. At any given moment, it's just like, okay, the generic opinion of the market, how are they looking at it? And do they think bullish or bearish? And right now, I think because you could easily point out so many disagreeing things, it just actually shows you an aspect of how choppy this is. Do I want to cut bait early? Do I want to cut bait early? A little bit of a hit on NQ, and I am not the biggest fan of it. Oh, I wonder if I should have just called the day after that. I feel like I mean, obviously my trades aren't going well with the futures market, but I am happy that I just didn't go fully tilted. I mean, for me and what happened last week, and it's always difficult to rebuild these accounts. Like the hardest day trading this, and we talk about this in the Discord all the time, is day one. The next hardest day is day two. The next hardest day is day three. Building your buffer on the prop accounts is the main difficulty. And as soon as you have a buffer, your trading becomes far, far easier. So all of the difficulty is effectively front loaded. And then from there on out, it's just you and your discipline. So in terms of my trading results, no, today, like I'm getting clocked, but I am truly happy with myself that I didn't get tilted the way I would have like weeks ago. I mean, you guys have all seen it. Like we could all admit that, yes, 100%, that would have been the perfect situation for me to get tilted. So whether today does go my way, doesn't go my way, it's at least a small victory for me that I'm attempting to change that habit of how I used to treat these futures accounts. And then obviously with options, I've been on the ball with options lately, and I just crushed those trades. Speaking of that, I want to crush this Vanquish trade right now. Come on. Come on. Let's get up a Vanquish trade. Load. Faster. Today, I want today's, and I want 5,600 call, ask. We're going to do 20 of them. Market. Okay, cool. I'm in it. All right. Limit 14, verify. All right, we're going for a quick grand here. Going for a quick grand. Come on. I did 20 SPX calls on my Vanquish account. I'm trying to play this trend line breakout, basically, is what I'm attempting to do. 700, 800. There we go. We locked in some. We locked in some of them. I was able to sell 8 of them. Come on. There we go. Locked in 1,000 right there. Easy peasy lemon squeezies. Once again, I just played the trend line breakout. Nothing too special to it. Nothing too special to it. Do I think let me double check the options flow. Let me double check the options flow. The SPY is picking up a little bit now. I'm seeing some puts cover. I'm seeing some puts starting to cover. You could see it right around 10:30. 0DT puts started to throw in a little bit of the towel. Will that continue though? The SPY, maybe a breakout, not necessarily confirmed yet. The Qs haven't really confirmed their breakout. I would like to see the Qs above 475. And then the SPY, I could just look at this recent high. So these are most recent levels of note. Let me go to the 3-minute. We'll drill into this. All right. SPX. Is it going to get going there? How are we looking? The delta is going flat now, but it definitely was picking up. How's the Mag 7? The Mag 7 is, even the Mag 7 is now a little bit, like granted, we are coming off the low. I want to be clear here that it's just more of like, are we actually bouncing off this low or not? So the SPY trying to hold this breakout, but the Qs have not gotten theirs yet. So I'm kind of waiting on that. Tesla's getting beat up, but the VIX is dropping. Vol is dropping. which makes sense because we're actually kind of going nowhere. We're kind of going nowhere. Is Apple and Microsoft. Microsoft's now flat. Apple showing a little bit of life. Okay. We're getting some potential inklings of maybe the turn. It's a giant maybe. All right, let me do this again. Okay, what am I in at? 1180. 1230. Okay, we got that trade up there. All right, we're just trying to go for the second Vanquish trade. All right, the SPY trying to hold this. Where are we at? We got this breakout. It got rejected. It's attempting to hold. Obviously, it'd be a nice win to take out 5595, but that's pretty much the major bull target level. Are we going to get follow through from here? We're pinned to 482, 582. Oop, options just got clocked a little right here. Someone came in not so happy about their, yeah, right there. Puts dropped, dropping the delta. Not so good. I was just looking at all these wicks and I was like, okay, wick. Like, are we going to get that follow through? But on this most recent time up, someone got some longer duration puts. Someone got some, but we're still holding. The Qs are still consolidating, which is painful for my position. It's actually extraordinarily painful for my position. The Qs are literally just being pinned. Like we're pretty much at VWAP. Another telltale sign of indecisive movement. Indecisive movement. 1021. What in the world are we doing? SPY trying to hold on the outside while the Nasdaq is just pinned. Nothing's happening right now. We've gone from days of big, enjoyable, nice moves to a bunch of nothing. We had obviously the excitement at open, then we got crushed, and then there was a big push, recovery, and then since 1012 we've gone nowhere. Since 1009 we've gone nowhere on both the SPY and the Qs. Consolidation. That is the name of the game. We are just waiting. I'm down 500, down 1,000, down 700, down 600. Just waiting. I would love to be able to lock this trade in. Let's see if we can make 2K on this. The reason behind that play was I just saw all these wicks. I saw a little bit of enthusiasm in options, and I thought, hey, even if we could push up to 88, I'll be able to lock that trade in. But wick. We're still holding. It's not like the play's dead. We're just getting nothing. I mean, I could right here. We're just stuck in that range. We're just waiting. I like the trend line breakout. I like that it's holding on the top side. Makes me a bit enthusiastic, but then when I see that the Qs aren't breaking out, it makes me wonder what the fuck's going on. Makes me wonder what is going on. All right, well, while we're waiting for this to break, one way or another, this is a perfect time to do the Payday Friday giveaway. So we'll pick the locals people last. You still have time to enter, pinned to the top of chat in the description of the video. And obviously you see me trading on Vanquish right now. That one's not looking so hot, but right now, use that code GOONIE, GOONIE, to get 35% off. Prop trading, basically sim-to-funded trading for options. So a good way to lower your risk. Right now, we're going to give away $150 of cold hard cash and 3 different Vanquish accounts, 10K each. So we're going to be picking someone off of Rumble, someone off of YouTube, and also 3 people off of locals. Those will be our 5 competitors. Thank you, Matt, as usual. All of the teachings has made me a lot of money, up 20% today. Imagine what you can learn in your Discord. Everything I've learned has been with you live. Thank you again to you and the Goonie squad. Have a great weekend. Shout out, Dark Knight. I'm happy you're crushing it. So anyway, back to this. We're going to be picking 5 people, 3 people off of locals, 1 off of Rumble, and 1 off of YouTube. Those are going to be our 5 competitors. The winner gets the cold hard cash, and the 3 people on locals will be getting the Vanquish accounts, the freebie. They're going to be getting a credit for the freebie Vanquish accounts. So 103 people have already figured out how to do this. 106, like I said, pinned to the top of chat in the description of the video. I just need you to basically post the best way to get a hold of you, so I can, like, if you're the winner, I got to be able to reach out to you. So I'll give you time on this, and let's just start off with, I guess, the YouTube people. Let me get the giveaway going. This is for YouTube. It has not started yet. We have a good amount of people in here today, so it'll be anyone can win this, and it's going to be a number from 1 to 125. Any number from 1 to 125. It'll pick the random number. The first person to comment it is the winner, and that was not it yet. Hang on. We are going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, who's it gonna be? 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 It's Matthew, dog. Following status, unknown. It's Matthew, dog. We just need to know a decent way. Wait, what the fuck? We just need to know a decent way to get a hold of you. So talk to a mod in chat if possible, but we just need a way in case you're the window. Actually, let me write this down just so I don't forget. Excuse me. And actually, while I'm writing that down, I think I'm getting some alerts that the market's turning around. Matt Dog. Sick name, by the way. Sick name. All right. We are getting a little bit of recovery. Actually, should I be firing off some of these trades? Chart, options. Guys, I am looking at March 21st, and I'm looking at the 5640s. I'm looking at the 5640s. Yep. Okay, just executed those bad mamma jammas. Giving it away. It's a payday Friday. The trade I just executed was SPX, March 21st, the 5640s, playing the overall market. I am playing for a breakout of this high and then a push to my next options level. Obviously, generally, I keep those exclusively for the Discord, but just to give you an idea of the kind of things that go on in the Discord, that's exactly what I just did. And actually, let me update that. SPX call 5640 March 21st. And that's pretty much my whole reasoning for it is we're getting a technical breakout. And I know that there's still quite a bit of negative gamma overhead. So I know that, now there's a lot of positive gamma. Oh, there's positive gamma at 59.9. Hang on, let me zoom in to show you. Okay. So we have negative gamma up till about 5620. That actually might be a better strike to play. I didn't realize that so much gamma moved in here at 5630. So we do have negative gamma up to somewhere around 5620, 5625. I'm seeing a positive gamma node at maybe 5630. So maybe the 20 or the 30 is actually a better node to play. I didn't realize that had updated. I wish I played that strike instead. But I see that we have positive gamma. Stability is increasing. And actually, I'm in a position still. Oh. Of course, the second I look, I'm in the position and it comes barreling against me. Oh, how do I want to handle this? Do I just want to give this a breather? Do I want to give this a chance? Because for me to even dig myself halfway out of the hole, which I was talking with one of my trading buddies, shout out to Mike if you're watching right now, and we're kind of the mindset, we've had some good talks about this idea of like when you have a down day, even if you can make half of it back, that makes your life so much easier. That was a nice pump from 470 all the way up to 560. That's a 90-point pump. 90-point pump. So for me to get up to break even on the day, on this one trade, it would, actually that math is already right. How's this looking? Let me check out some other things. That's still strong. We're above VWAP. That's support. I'm going to give this a second to breathe. Maybe I'll have a little bit of luck with relation to, literally as I'm talking about luck, the keys are getting cracked right now. Let me check. Something's going on in the options market. I can guarantee it. Fuck, dude. The second we got a little bit of a breather, look at that. Like calls finally being purchased, puts still being closed out, and we dance, and then it just got rocked right there. Whatever this was at 1042, calls being sold again. Puts are going flat. At least they're not buying puts, but 0DT calls got locked in on that pump, which kind of ruined it a little bit. Son of a gun. I still think we have a decent shot. I do like this range breakout. We got stuck into this range right after that. If we could put in a higher low, I would love to watch that trend. Clearly a trend line breakout. And then kind of maybe we can hold this trend. And I'm just looking for this revisit of 5,600. And I know initially my target was up here at 5,640. I do want to revise that a little bit just because of how I'm seeing the gamma dynamics change. Let me zoom in right. Oh, okay. We don't have to change it that much. I mean, it's down to 25. But then that one's 45. Okay, we'll put in kind of like a half target, I suppose, like maybe a scale out target. So initially when we started the day, 5,640 was clearly of interest to me. Seeing how the gamma is changing, we're going to be adding in a new bull target. This is bull target 1. Now instead of 2 being all the way up here, it's 2 and 3, maybe a scale out, something like that. So just paying attention there. And this would all be way better if just people stop selling their fucking calls, dude. Today was supposed to be our Vanna rally, but nothing. Calls were looking phenomenal up till 9:38. And then talking about someone being in the know, they started selling. And then obviously that 10 a.m. announcement got rocked. So we're going to see. Does fortune favor the bold? I need to put in a reversal alert because that's where I might get utterly screwed. So let me set this up because I do need to be more protective today. I very, very much do. And then here I'm setting a breakout alert there. And then I'm setting a breakout. Well, we're pretty much at that breakout. So let me do the intraday high on the SPY. Just trying to set some alerts just in case stuff happens. But we do have to do this giveaway. Okay, we don't need this. We don't need that. That's just making the screen messy. We don't need this. We don't need that. The Qs are once again pushing the high. I would love to take out this 1006 high. The SPY's already taken out the 1006 high, which is awesome. I mean, the play that I literally just called out and gave away free to all of you, I'm already up $920. I'm already up $845. So you're welcome. Anyway, we have our first Big Bladder Boy on Discord. That's a name. Big Bladder Boy. Okay, congrats on having a big bladder. Obviously, a round of applause. Random number generator, 10 to 25. We have to pick someone off of Rumble. 20. All right, so random number was 20. The first comment I could see right here, the first comment, Max the Bear. So we're going to go for 20 past that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Mike Kimmel. Mike, congratulations, representing the red land of YouTube. Mike Kimmel. All right. So we have Matt, we have Mike, and now let's pick our people from locals. How many people actually successfully entered on this? Locals. 124. That might be a record. I'm not really sure. But anyway, let's get the 3 lucky people. We have 49. So pretty much the end of the second page. We have 88. And then we also have 117. So 49, 88, and 117. Very quickly, the market is looking good. We're trying to do a giveaway, but I do have alerts set for breakouts and potential reversals. So I just want you to know we will hear alerts if anything crazy is happening. I am liking the VIX getting smacked here. Ooh, we're seeing a little bit of love in the Mag 7, seemingly picking up since 10:30. The NASDAQ, all right, a little bit. And then the SPY. What the fuck? Why does it look like that? What the fuck does this look like? It's kind of getting picked up, but not as much as you would think. I mean, the Mag 7's actually recovering a bit better, and so is the NASDAQ. Strange. I'm still in my position. I'm up 1,000. How do I want to play this? I'm trying to eat away my losses. You guys saw that I got wicked out. I got the worst fill possible. Honestly, if I held to this point, I'd be damn near back to break even. I'd be down like $800 and I had a $500 loss. So I'd be only down 1,300 with 500 realized. Dude, I would be in such a better position. I just got so unlucky with that wick. But that's a good learning lesson in terms of trading is you're going to get unlucky a lot. So you have to trade in a way where you can still survive the unlucky beats, like without a doubt. Yeah, I mean, if we're doing this, I have to, right? I have to. I'm questioning. Yeah. Okay. I have to. It's the smart move. I'm very much in my mind of like thinking, but what if you get wicked out again? Fucking tough tits, dude. I know it's a tough thing to do. I know it's also the right thing to do is to not let myself go. When you're in a hole, you gotta stop digging. And as much as I'm sitting here and be like, no, you might need to give it more time to breathe. Like you're doing a giveaway, this, that, the other thing. It is from a decision-making standpoint, it's the right thing to do. It really is. All right, let's, with that being said, let's find our people. So it was 49, 88, and 117. There's 25 people on each page. So this is 25, which means the bottom of the second page, surprise, surprise, if you do the math, is going to be 50, which mean Falcon, Fuzzy Falcon. Fuzzy Falcon is, let me just write it down. We have Falcon representing. Then the next one is 88, which means we got to go to page 3. The bottom of this page would be 75. Once again, there's 25 per page. So let me just let this load for a second. That's 75. All right, 25, 50, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88. Ecto or Jason or Ecto, whatever it is. We'll call you Jason. No, Ecto's cool. We'll call you Ecto. All right, next one is 117, 88. So that means the bottom of this page will be 100. And then we just have to go 17 in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Richard Eric Paisley. What a name. Dusty Cheeto Fart. Well, definitely we're going to call you that. DCF, Dusty Cheeto Fart. That is going to be a very popular name. Yeah, I guess Richard Eric Paisley on the streets, but Dusty Cheeto Fart in the sheets. That definitely has the vibe there, like without a doubt. Rich in the streets and Dusty Cheeto Fart in the sheets. That's a hilarious name. I absolutely love it. All right. Very quick. Oh, okay. VIX is still collapsing. Qs, I would love a breakout. And then obviously I'm still like we're at back to bull target number 1. So we got that range breakout. Ideally, we're following this trend, and you might want to be looking for the new intraday high. Obviously, 5,600. This could be a big reaction level. It could easily get rejected right here. Hence why I put my stop in on the NQ position. But I'm looking for a snap of 5,604. And then from there, 25 would be my next target. Earlier, it was just 40. So that might be a scale out. Might be a good scale out zone. What do we get? The Qs just took out that high. So now I'm going to move the alert up on the intraday high for the Qs. And then also we're going to just follow these lows a little bit, just something of concern. How much am I up? I'm up 1,200 right now. Almost cutting my loss in half. Almost cutting it. But dude, if we can actually get a push, like if we get a push and a rally today, that would actually put me green. Right now, I'm not risking any money. But then the other part of me says, yo, okay, you could survive a 2.5K loss. Like you can make that back in one trading day. So I'm trying to figure it out. I'm monitoring it. And then also the position given to you guys in the Discord looking good, up about 1,000 right now. Up about 1,000. And then obviously with all this craziness, my Vanquish account definitely locked in right there. Realize 2,000, 1,000, 1,000, 2 different trades, 2,000. So shutting that down, I'm happy with that gain on a day. I don't want to overstay my welcome. Here's a look at the options flow. Let me go to the 30 second. The Mag 7 picking up nicely ever since 1036. The NASDAQ picking up nicely ever since 1030. And then the S&P 500, not like it's kind of grinding up, but it's a very lethargic grind up. And I think you just have people reacting to 5,600 flat. I think we are getting some trades here of, do the bulls really want to be this strong, or the bears going to come in? So watch this. Like we're literally right at the key level. Also looks like Tesla's turning around. Palantir's up 8%. Nvidia's up 4%. Broadcom's turning. Netflix might be breaking out. Meta's turning. MSTR might be breaking out. Microsoft, new intraday high. Even Apple tried to get going with it, but Palantir up 8% as Vol's getting crushed. Tesla maybe turning back around. So I'm watching that. Well, now I actually really want to know if the Qs are struggling both the SPY and the Qs are currently struggling at their high from yesterday, which we know is a big reaction level. It also happens to be a massive open interest level on the SPY. Like, it is the high. It is this huge open interest level. At this point, I have no specialty prediction of do we break out or do we get rejected. No one in the world could accurately tell you that. All I could tell you is this is a massively important level. If we get smacked, maybe we catch ourselves at the trend line, or maybe we vomit all the way down to 5586, just this recent low. Or maybe we break and rip through the high and then push to the next level. All I can tell you is that this is a key level to watch. That's really all you can do, is identify the key levels and then play them accordingly. Obviously, I am hopeful that we break out and run, just because that's how I'm currently positioned. But I mean, hope in one hand and shit in the other, and see which one fills up faster. All right, let me let me close out of some of these programs that historically make my computer go slow. I don't know what's going on, but the recent driver update definitely has slowed things down. Dude, come on, don't turn on us. Don't do it, Tonto. Why can't we just have an easy breakout and rip of a day? Is it really that much to ask for? That we just have like just God candle, just rip and rip and rip? I wouldn't mind if this actually ends up like, well, first of all, I don't want it to dip much more, but if this just puts in a higher low, okay, that allows us to move our risk up. So like, if we are just getting a little bit smacked here, coming down to the trend line, bounce off of that, great. Instead of risking this low or this low, we can risk the most recent one. So it could be creating a good formation for us, like just a higher foundation to base our risk off of. So I wouldn't mind that. But obviously, I'd be a bit concerned if we start to crack this trend line and like crack the recent low that we saw at 1043. I keep coming back to the options flow, which is not that convincing on the SPY today. We had this huge vomit, and now we're going flat with a slight upward. But even that, we just got hit there. More specifically, people started selling their 0DT calls and buying 0DT puts. But right here, now call buying just stepped back in. Dude, the options market doesn't know what to do. They're buying calls and buying puts. Like, it's drunk. All right, I'm going to move the alert back down to the actual low. So I have an alert for the Qs taking out this recent high and the SPY taking out the all-time high, or the intraday high, excuse me. And I do want to point out the key levels right here. This is the big battleground. The big battleground. Did I get this game? Why is the game not starting? All right, breakout and run. I just want a glorious gamma ramp run. That's what I'm looking for. All right, continue. Race. Random race. We are racing at Castle Siege. We're going to do bots, and we are going to add our names. So competitor number 1, we have Big Bladder Boy, BBB, representing the red land of YouTube. Representing the green land of Rumble, we have Mike Kimmel. Then we have Falcon, Fuzzy Falcon, not a normal Falcon, for locals. Ecto, also from locals. And then we have DCF, Dusty Cheeto Fart, for those of you who want to know the full name, his full legal name, that is. All right, so we have that. We have this. All right, let's get this ready. Let's let that boot up. I want to show you the market quick. We could probably actually legitimately, well, you could use the 954 low as your risk as soon as the SPY hits a new intraday high and as soon as the Qs basically take out 477. So I'm moving it up a little bit prematurely, but what you would want is the new intraday high in the SPY and taking out 477 on the Qs. At least that's how I would personally play it. And let's find the, let's get some tunes bumping here. All right, before we get rocking with all of this, please cast your vote. Who do you think's going to win? Who do you think is going to take all of the marbles in this particular marble race? Are you voting on You have Fuzzy Falcon, Ecto, and Dusty Cheeto Fart from Locals. You have Big Boy Bladder, a.k.a. Matt Dog from YouTube. And then you have good old Mike Kimball, who's a returning competitor from the Green Land of Rumble. Who are you voting on? If you had to vote all your marbles on one of these competitors, who would you be voting on? Dude, we're getting a lot of Dusty Cheeto Farts. We're getting a lot of Dusty Cheeto Farts. All right. Well, we are going to be finding out in 3, 2, 1. And we are off with Falcon taking the early lead on the Castle Siege race. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, I did not know this one was this dangerous. And we got Mike Kimmel with the first drop. I think, BBB just got absolute. Dude, this is brutal. Everyone's getting killed. BBB, Matt getting murdered. Earl, what is going on? I did not know this was this aggressive of a chat. It is a siege. Oh, Mike almost got knocked off, saving himself, followed by Ecto, followed by Falcon, and we have somehow Mike going backwards. Didn't know that was legal. What's going on down here? Ecto's trying to get through. Dude, Mike somehow caught a speed up. Literally getting knocked backwards by a comet of some sort. We have not seen this. What is happening? Mike is going legitimately the wrong way. And that is giving the opportunity for Ecto to catch up. And then right now we have third is Dusty Cheeto Fart. And Falcon's still alive, which counts in this race. But Mike literally had a great... Oh, no, Ecto's now leading. Because Mike's going the... Oh, Ecto just... Is anyone going to survive this race? At all? This is such a disaster. Wrong way. I guess wrong. And now we're hitting more barrels of grenades. Dusty Cheeto Fart is in the lead, but I don't even... all I could tell you is there's straight up carnage. We've never seen a map. Like, he's just, boom. Just ran into an exploding... Is he going to be able to catch any... Look at all this. What is happening? Up, Dusty Cheeto Fart. Dead. All right, Ecto, you have the lead. Dude, this is brutal. I have no idea who's going to win this race. I don't even know where the end is. Ecto, can you keep it alive? Falcon's also alive, and so is Mike Kimmel.
I think this is a whole.
This is.
At one point,
Oh, we're to the point where here. Let me find another song. Generally, we don't have to play a whole second song, but this race is becoming something crazy. Ecto's alive, Falcon's alive, and Mike Kimmel's alive. Mike Kimmel, slow and steady, might win. Falcon's trying to make his way. Honestly, at this point, I don't even know if we're rooting for the winner. I think we're just rooting for survival. Did Ecto get it? See, we found the end. Ecto. Okay, we have a winner. Someone did survive, but at this point, I'm just almost wondering, can other people survive? Falcon, are you going to live? Mike, are you going to live? Like, this is just a mess of a race. I don't know if we've had one this difficult. There's only 40 seconds left before they all get murdered. At least Falcon's not giving up, you know? At least Falcon is not giving up. Falcon coming in strong to the end here. Oh, Mike Kimmel just got killed. Dead. Is Falcon going to get knocked off? Whew, just dodged it. Ecto, one of two survivors and the winner. Folks, join me in a round of applause that we lost some lives. This is why we're always constantly upping our insurance here. You have to keep your insurance at high levels on this show. That was brutal. Obviously, congratulations, Ecto. Congratulations to all competitors. Clearly, we're going to have to send some flowers to your family and loved ones because that just quickly got out of hand. You know what else got out of hand? The market. While we were enjoying some fun, the pros momentum followed through. We are almost at my next target. This was bull target 1. Bull target 2 is up here. Got that level from the options market. And really, particularly what I'm looking at is where gamma is going positive. And a little bit of a node here, actually at 5630 now. No, 25. Let's zoom out a little bit. And you can see there's a huge gamma node, 5645. The giant gamma node is actually up here at 5690. Like, that is a giant positive gamma node. If you are like really degenerate swinging it long today and we get all the way up here, I wouldn't be holding it past that point just because the market makers are going to start working against you. We have a bit of positive gamma here that's like kind of getting stretched out. That might obviously require quite a bit of patience, but still, I'm holding. I like the 25. I like the 40. Paying attention to all that. Let me actually get rid of this while we're listening to some Kohrs on the cob. Oh, and good news for my accounts. We're on a bit of a recovery. Obviously, I took that unfortunate 3.8K hit, and that's a good lesson for me because I widened my stop when I knew the event was coming. Now, if I didn't and I took the loss anyway, this trade I'd already be in the green. So right there, like time and time again, when you are trading, you're just continually learning the lesson that it's not a good idea whatsoever to be moving your stops. It just is not. So right here, that's a bummer. I probably could have, like, if I just took that hit, I probably would have been down 1.8K. Currently up 2.5. I would have been net up 600. It sucks. It just is. It is what it is. So it's a learning lesson. Like I said, whether today does end well for me or doesn't, I'm keeping my losses manageable, and I'm doing that by keeping my sizing. Now, even on this, if I did degenerate mat trade the second time of the day, it would have paid again. Had I had 3, 4, 5 contracts, well, I would have been up, whatever, 6, 8, 10K, and clearly I would have been in the green. And that is just truly the wrong lesson for me to take from this. And as much as I've said this to you, I'm almost saying it to myself as a reminder of like, yes, you're going to see a lot of the times that degeneracy works, but just think about the one time it doesn't, you could lose everything. And trust me, from a person who's lost a lot to that mindset, and it cost me dearly, dude, it is painful. It is absolutely painful. It's taking the wrong lesson. Like, what I'm most proud about today is even though I took a hit, I kept the train on the tracks. I stayed disciplined, and ideally, it keeps going in my way. And maybe I'll be able to dig myself out of the hole today. But if not, I'm cutting down on the loss in such a manageable fashion that it'll survive. The accounts are going to survive, so it's all good. Bro, those calls are double? I don't think they would have doubled, would they have? The trade that I gave you guys up 3.9K. You're welcome. Obviously, crushed it on Vanquish. I showed you the Vanquish account. Shout out to Vanquish. They're doing the giveaway. Everyone who got selected off of locals, Fuzzy Falcon, Ecto, and Dusty Cheeto Fart, you're all going to be getting a credit for a free options account on Vanquish. Make sure you sign up to register your account so we can give you guys the credit. To everyone who competed in this, thank you. Remember, not only do we run the giveaways here, but this you can sign up for free to become a member. But if you want to be a supporter, which is a premium member, that's how you can get access to the Discord. The link is right there, or to get into the Discord, you can click on that, or it is right here. There's a link on the third pin message. If you have any issues, DM me on Discord, MMK147, or reach out to me, media@MatthewKohrs.com. Let me go back to the hero. Come on, keep going. I marked out the new highs, and I marked out potential reversals, which I hope to not hear. Tesla's picking up, Palantir's picking up, Nvidia's picking up, Broadcom's picking up, Meta's picking up, Netflix is picking up, Meta, MSTR is really picking up, Microsoft, Apple. Okay, we're getting a bit of a turnaround. I do want to see the strength though in the options market, which has been so funky today. Even right now, what is going on? So huge amount of 0DT calls purchased, but right now some longer duration puts being bought back. What the fuck is happening today, dude? So the Delta, a huge pop and now going flat. The NASDAQ was popping, giving some of that back. And now the Mag 7. Mag 7's long and strong. So the Mag 7 started out really strong until about 9:38. Then it got crushed until about 10:30. Started to pick itself up around 10:36. And now we have that nice pop. Obviously, recently going a little bit flat. That's probably because we're flat in the SPY here. So obviously we got that breakout. We got that push. We're going to see if we could get that continuation to my second bull target of the day all the way up here, which is probably where I'll scale out a little bit. But I called this trade out for free in front of all of you. This is what we're doing day in and day out in the Discord, just to show you guys, yes, we can do this real time. I put my money where my mouth is. We're already up about 20%. I played it for the 21st. If you did a 0DT, you'd probably already be up 100%. It's just not really my style to play such short duration. But for me, I'm happy with a $4,000 return. And then obviously I did double dip a little bit on a different account doing the exact same trade. But seeing if I could get this follow through. And my major focus of the day, at least as of right now, is how to manage this play. So I believe my break even is roughly where this is right now, which unfortunately for me is like quite a bit above the 2 standard deviation move, which is this orange line. So I don't want my stop to be at break even. Basically, I don't want to recover 2.2K and then give it all back. So I need to find, I could just put it at 600. All right. Well, first of all, I need to move it up no matter what to some point. All right. Now the question is, how much higher can I move it up? What's this looking like? Oh, that was just such a pump that like, this is obviously where we based, and I could have been super aggressive and put it here at 15 and I would have already been knocked out, which maybe that was the smart move. Maybe if I was thinking about this a little bit earlier, obviously we established a low here at 1101. I'm hoping this is the next low that I could base off of. Like, I would just love, okay, cool, a little bit of an overshot. We bounce off of this and we put in a fresh high. So a perfect risk management situation for me is that we have this dip right now and then we quickly like just take out whatever this high is. This would be a perfect risk management of we dip, we overshoot that low, we rip higher, I move my stop all the way up here, and then I just try to keep riding the continuation of this trend. That's where my mindset's at, and actually I literally might be speaking it into fruition, which is fucking scary. Am I controlling the market right now? If I say something, does the market just do it? Literally, as I'm talking about the perfect play, a little bit of an overshot, go higher? Go higher, rip up to, I don't know, 750. Is it just listening to me? Anyway, I'm just looking for this takeout of whatever this recent high is. Let's just call it 19,642. The second that happens, I move my stop up to this low. It's pretty easy, pretty simple, pretty run-of-the-mill risk management. Nothing too special there. Literally, it's just this pullback. Right here, we just had such an explosive range that it's hard to like risk anything arbitrarily in this reason. When like traders haven't reacted to it, we just rip through it, kind of like a low liquidity event. So the hope here is that I could base it off whatever the low is that we're creating right now. So hopeful. Looks like the SPY's trying to get going here. Same thing. If you're trying to ride the trend, you could just risk this 607 low, the 608 right here. We pump sideways, pulled back, a little bit of an overshot. We're showing some strength right now. Very reasonable place to just keep like kind of like ratcheting your stop up, is how I think about it. Obviously do what you want. I'm not your mom, but bullish, bullish. Okay, so the 5, the 10, the 30, clearly bullish on ES and NQ. I am obviously looking for this level. We're kind of following this trend. We don't need that anymore. Oops, what am I hitting? We broke out of yesterday's high. We broke out of a key level. Okay, I do need to put one thing in the Discord now that 11 a.m. has hit. We're closing out the week, ideally on a strong note. Okay, so both the SPY and the Qs are above yesterday's high. Huh. And vol is getting crushed. Velvet Kohrs, dude. What a guy. What a character. All right. Let me just make sure I'm typing this all right. I don't want any typos in here. Today's March 14th. We did break out. Just doing a quick sanity check. Well, the Qs, oh, fuck. We never took out that high. Come on. No, that's not what I wanted to see. Okay, maybe I'll get lucky here with this trendline test on SPX. But we never hit that high. We're definitely eating into it. Do I just want to arbitrarily get out? Technically, that's not good trend following, but also just coming from where I am today. I mean, I literally cut my loss in half right now and then just move on, have a survivable day. That's a very manageable loss. Or can I just get lucky and with a little bit of a pump? I just want to move my risk up to whatever a low is. It's just like right here was so aggressive. There was nothing, there's like no point in here to really reasonably put my stop at least in my opinion. Obviously, you might have a different opinion, and I'm just hoping that it's easy for me and I just get this pump and we take out this range and I can say, okay, cool. Stop, move to 89 and just life becomes super easy. But someone just flushed it a little bit. All right, maybe I could get lucky. Come on, take it out. Take it out. Honestly, I might even move it up to this, not even getting up. Even if we can hit maybe 630, I might even move it up because I really want to. Like, this is good. Like, at some point in risk management, you have to just say, okay, like, we're going back up. Like 40. I mean, that's literally a 50-point difference. If I move it up to here, it's guaranteeing an extra $1,000 from 40 all the way up to 90. It guarantees another $1,000, like without a doubt. Maybe I could wait for this close above here. Let's check out some other things. We're holding this. We're holding the super trend. If you're looking for a trade, if you're more of an active trader, like just scalp trading, you can look for this trend line breakout. We do have some downsloping highs and lows. So that might be a kind of a structural break and you play that, obviously risking the recent low and maybe ride it. So if you're looking for a position, we have a bit of a bearish pullback into an overall bullish situation on the larger time frame, as in where we're going today. But in the past couple minutes, a bit of a pullback. So that might be an opportunity to strike of the short-term trend going in favor with the larger trend. And honestly, on this trend line break, maybe that's the signal I use. Now that I'm talking about it out loud, maybe I'll use this trend line break to move my stop up and take even more risk off the table. So just to be clear, my stop loss is in profit. I'm making money. It's just a question of how much money. As you can see from the charts above my head, I've been pretty beat up today. So you're kind of weighing things out. Be like, okay, you want your opportunity where if you catch a big trend, you could eat up more of those losses. But also, if you took a hit, you kind of want to see how much you can backfill that hole. So I'm trying to meet myself in the middle here. Trend line break, maybe. All right, I moved my stop up. So I'm in at 511. My stop is now 88. So no matter what, I'm making 78 points, which is, that's solid. 78 points. That's about 1,500. Obviously, that's not about halfway, but it is a good chunk. So no matter what, my worst case situation on the day is a loss of 2.3. Obviously, I currently have a locked in loss of 3.8. So worst case situation is 2.3, which is manageable. I didn't want to take a hit like that with my accounts being so new. That's a bit of a bummer. But I think with that, it might be worth the risk reward of what if there is like, what if my initial prediction of a rip up to 25 and then 40, if that ends up being right, I could actually go green on the day. So like, I'm trying to be reasonable and meet myself in the middle where, okay, you're being smart and protective, but you're still giving yourself that opportunity of if it goes, okay, you could really like help yourself out. So I'm liking that. Actually, if you just took that trade right there, I like that as a trade because you have well-defined risk. And once again, you're playing with the overall movement. I'm liking SPX. I mean, look at already up almost 5K on this one. Nice little turnaround in the account. Account is officially holding $250,000. Last week, or this past week, up 83. Past month, up 163. Past 3 months, up 183. So crushing it in this high vol environment. Absolutely crushing it. And I hope you guys got it. Obviously, these trades are usually just for the Discord, but it's a payday Friday. If anything, I'm trying to entice you of why you should get in the Discord because, like, just you being in the Discord, you would have missed out on this trade. And had you copied it, obviously, you would have paid for many, many years, a borderline just under a decade of you being in there. So is it worth it? Yeah, this one trade alone would have paid for you to be in here for a while. So I think you're obviously net ahead, but that's my humble opinion on the situation. SPY fresh high, Q's almost a fresh high. So, okay, even my reasoning here, we were going to break out anyway. I moved it a little bit early, but we're about to make this fresh high anyway, as soon as I see 42. So I would have moved it up to that point. Come on, show us 42. Don't freak us out. Show us 42. There we go. Okay, so I would have moved it here anyway. I moved it a little bit early, but whatever. So I am slowly but surely digging myself out of this hole. And I have to say, I'm actually very, very proud of it because had this happen a week ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, a month ago, really anytime since December, I was playing like much more degenerately. And yes, granted, I would be in the green if I had 2 contracts, 3 contracts. But the fact that I was like just able to fucking keep it sane today, I'm happy. I'm very, very happy about it. So whether I end in the green or in the red, I'm much more happy with the decision making. If I were to be self-critical of where I went wrong today, I should have never expanded my fear of getting wicked out on that news, because I gave myself more risk to not get wicked out. And guess what? I got wicked out anyway, costing me probably an extra $1,500, definitely at least an extra $1,000. So had I not done that, I'd be at 2.8, which means right now it'd be basically break even on the day. So lesson for me. Definitely a lesson for me. So not a perfect performance. Obviously, I'll journal that and be like, yeah, next time, don't worry about the events. If anything, just don't have a position going into the event. And if you do, don't let it change how you're going to mess with your risk. Because even if you do in real time, even what I think is fair risk, you could still get wicked out anyway. So you could get wicked out anyway. We just hit a fresh high on the SPY, hitting a fresh high on the Qs. And like I said, I'm giving you guys these levels. If you were in agreement with this trade, this might be a good place to scale out, or you could take all your money and call it an early day. My reach target would be 5,640, and my reach target above that, if we do get a Vanna rally, would be all the way up here at 5,700. Bull target 1, bull target 2, bull target 3, absurd reach goal if we get a big trending day. And to get that big trending day, what you would want to see are a lot of puts being closed out. And right now, we're not really seeing that. We're more so seeing just like bulls come in. But if you see a bunch of puts being closed out and you could track it on spot gamma, that's exactly what you're going to want for a negative gamma rally. And yeah, 59, what is this? Okay, instead of 5,700, let me officially call out 5,690 for the absurd reach target of the day. Once again, 5,690. Just before I leave you guys, I want to like call out the official levels that I think are very much in play. Bull target 1, 2, 3, absurd reach target. Let me drop this by 10 points just to see it, because this is how the options market is updating. So, if you need roughly the equivalent of what that would be on SPY, where would that be at? Another 7.5. So it would be around 568 roughly. If you're looking for the rough equivalent on SPY, and once again, rough equivalent, it's in the realm of 568 is right around there, or you could just track SPX. So just wanted to let you guys know all about that. But overall, obviously, shout out to Vanquish. If you want to do prop trading, that's where I made the 2K today, those 2 really quick trades. I do that with Vanquish. Use that code Goonie to get 35% off. Obviously, join up with the Discord. I gave you guys the actual trade from the Discord today. I gave it to the Discord. I gave it to you guys. Right now, it is absolutely fucking crushing, and I actually think there's going to be more on it. I gave you the levels. I gave you the exact trading plan of the day. It's been a wild day. What I'm going to do, sorry I took this off, but what I'm going to do here is this is my final trade. Like, if it keeps going, it keeps going. I'm going to do my best risk management. But as I always do, I will update you guys on Twitter. I've been doing every single day, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. Today is day 5. I will post you proof of how today goes. But as you can see, the worst case scenario is that it's going to be a 2.3K loss, because no matter what, I'm making at least 70 points. And if it keeps going, I'm going to ride the trend as much as I possibly can, because I would love to go into the green on the day. If I were to stop out right now, it'd be $1,000 loss net. I lost 3.8, gained 2.8. That's where this $1,000 net situation is coming from. I hope it keeps going, but I don't know. All I can tell you is as we keep going up, I'm just going to keep using recent lows as my risk point, and I hope that we have enough of a trend day that I can go into the green. But I promise you guys, I'll post it on Twitter. I'll keep my word. You're going to see exactly how this ends. So just make sure to check out that account if you're curious how this actually concludes. But with that, even though I have trades like this where I'm up another 5.6K, and obviously I'm stoked about it, I'm actually the most stoked about how I'm managing this. And really the thing I'm happy about is the fact that I only have 1 contract, because old Matt would have been in 2, 5, and granted, I would be greatly in the green today, but I would have been taking the wrong lesson from the situation. So I'm actually very, very, very happy about that. Any hoozles? That's what I have for you. I appreciate all the good vibes. I hope to see you in the Discord. Check out Vanquish. I have a great weekend. We'll be posting some update videos on Sunday. And other than that, rest, relax, have fun. Don't have too much fun. And if you do have too much fun, at least make sure that it was worth it. That's what I have for you. I appreciate all the good vibes. Love you all. Peace.